All right, you guys are good.
All right. Can I run this?
Yes.
Or no, Christina, you do it.
You go ahead.
You want me to do it? Okay. All right, so we're going to call this Marvin Day Planning Subcommittee meeting to order on Tuesday, November 1st at 11 a.m. I see that we have not full quorum. We're missing Deb Sokol, but everyone else is present and accounted for, which is myself, who is Mayor Pro Tem Dannenberg, staff Jill, Derek, Austin, Christina, and our Parks and Greenway member is Jen. Adoption of the agenda. Do we have any changes? Nope. Okay, so I need a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We need adoption of the previous minutes. Did you send those to us?
It's in the packet.
I didn't look at them. Anybody look at them?
I looked at him.
Any changes?
No.
Any changes? Any changes? Derek, any changes with the minutes?
There's minutes
No,
from
no, no. It's one packet for you.
Oh, that was all for me?
They're all different.
Oh! I grabbed one.
Yeah, give that to her.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh my goodness.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hello.
Aye.
Derek. Aye. Okay, thank you.
And that was the
Motion
minutes from
passes.
September 13th and October 4th.
Perfect. All right, so up next, items of discussion, updates from working group. Who wants to do their, we'll start with working group, Village Hall Friday PM. Austin, that would be you.
No real updates here. We're kind of in a holding pattern because we've already got the food situation figured out.
What is the food situation?
We have charcuterie boards ordered. That's such a hard
And
one.
wine.
Yes. So we're good there.
Okay.
We
Just going down to him.
once we figure out which artists are going to be involved, me and Jen will get together just to iron out the logistics there. And you guys council should already have this on their calendars. All you're supposed to be there at the same time, so no scheduling issue to deal with.
All right, thank you very much. Next up, working group is the Marvin Elementary School AM. Jill, this is you.
Okay, so we have made contact with multiple 5K vendors to start gathering quotes. None have really sent anything concrete over yet, but hopefully we'll have an update soon.
Sorry.
Jesus Christine.
One vendor I connected with was accidentally a little bit too far from us, but he sent me a really great spreadsheet of like all people in our area that do this kind of thing, so that'll be helpful when I have time to dive into it. Let's see. I did reserve the school, Marvin Elementary School. However, they now have this online facilities rental process. So when I put in like the gym, the fields, the parking lots, everything that we needed, it said it was going to cost $1,600 for the day. So I went ahead and booked it, paid the deposit just to secure the date. The deposit was a third up front. And then I reached out to the principal, Dr. Spencer, and asked like, hey, is there any way you can work with us on this again like you did last year? So his response was he would like us to not pay anything for that day. He'd like to talk to UCPS and see if it can be like an in-kind gift to us. And in return, he was wondering if the village would agree to some type of like beautification day where we either staff, boards, volunteers, whatever. Derek, correct me if you read it differently, but sounds like he would like us to maybe go to the school in exchange and do some beautification of the grounds. Whatever that means.
I like the in-kind thing. I would, instead of doing that, I would offer up the fact that we're going to have multiple classes come to Village Hall, take staff time to do mock classes for them. I think that is a great in-kind that we're going to be doing for them.
Okay, for
So,
sure.
Yeah, we're spending a lot of
A
time.
lot of time. That's a lot of staff time.
We probably should staff should probably get rigged on that.
I just,
Yeah, I need to.
if it comes down to it, like I'm in favor of just writing a check.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not.
Listen, the amount of staff time that is
you go beautify them in exchange.
Yeah.
right, but the amount of staff time that these classes are going to take is going to be a lot,
Is that
and
my time?
I don't know. This-
It'll be
Yeah,
my
we need to
my
have- We need
time.
to have a It's gonna briefing be on your it. time.
it is. I mean, I will be here for
You take
it.
them all.
But they were I mean, their classes are coming to Village Hall. We're going to set time aside, multiple hours.
So it's like civics lessons?
Yes.
Yeah.
And how it works, and which is great, and I'm
Yeah.
all for that. But that's a lot of time. You're going to get more out of that than you are beautifying the stuff. So, if you want to have that conversation with him, or if you want Christina to have that conversation, but
I'll
I
have it and see what he says, and if
Yeah.
he pushes back, then I'll have Christina do it. if not.
Yeah, and you can also let
He's
them know
super
too
cool.
that
no, he is.
we're looking at getting like little tchotchkes for him if he has any recommendations. Like, so we're actually putting money into giving them
Oh,
something.
for the little kids.
Yeah,
Cute.
so that's another
Okay,
kind of financial
awesome.
contribution that we're going to do for them.
Other than that, just kind of looking at the task list.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we run through this task list that we have here? 5K quotes. You're working on that.
Yeah,
That was supposed to have been done by today. Derek, when do you think you could get that done?
I mean, if we can get responses from vendors, anytime, I'm hoping that the people connected to the people that did it last year will be the main ones. And so, we played phone tag a couple of times last week.
yeah, the
Just
same.
need to,
Okay, so let's push that date out to the December 1st. Does that sound good, Derek?
yeah, that's.
I mean, with the holidays and everything, do you think that'll give you enough time?
I would think so.
Okay. Selection of 5K vendors.
Push that date
Yeah.
back.
Submit packet, that date's fine. Coordinate all communication and scheduling, that's fine. I-9 forms, that's fine.
So at health fair, the decision was made to have it outside with inside as a backup, so I marked that as complete already.
Okay.
The next two had to do with food trucks. I marked those as canceled because we've decided not to have food trucks at Marvin Elementary. However, Deb had reached out to one, a coffee truck. So, I know, Austin, I knew you were going to be thrilled. So they have not responded, but she submitted something through their Facebook page. I actually found their email address and emailed them directly and just said, here's the deal. We had a coffee truck last year. You guys want to come? Come. This is when it is. This is how many people we're expecting. But I'm not guaranteeing any minimums. So if that's a problem for you,
Is
then...
it this one?
Huh?
I got one too.
It was Avalanche, I believe.
That's Avalanche. That's who I talked to.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for them to respond, but I just don't want to be on the hook for any amount of money. If they want to come, that's fine. And then I also, I don't. You guys probably don't have the copy that I have in front of me because I was working on it. But next was the blood drive. That's completed, so I marked that as finished.
Okay.
Create layout and map for 5K. I don't know why that said 10/31. That's
Yeah, let's
gonna
push
be
that
way
up.
out. That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna put like maybe February 1st.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
February 1st?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then NC dot road closures, same thing. Like all of that's gonna have to be January, February timeframe.
Yep.
Site map with Hunter. Right now it says 2/28. We'll skip that. Finalize schedule of events for that day, 1/31. I think that's fair. I think we already have the schedule of events pretty much like 90% figured out, but just in case.
Can we start, if we have that schedule, can we start adding that to like this group? Like, can we have like
Yes.
7 a.m.
See the
whatever,
schedule.
8, yes, like, go ahead and,
See it move.
yeah, see it.
Sounds good. So I'll just add that task at the bottom
Yep.
until to start schedule.
And just
Um,
bring it to this meeting.
You said the schedule for what? Sorry, I was on
Just
the opposite.
anything. that
Just
we
for
already
the
have
events of the
scheduled.
day.
Okay,
Anything
yeah.
as we start to build them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Send details of events to the communication consultant. I gave that to myself and Austin with an end of the year deadline, 12/31. Reserve DJ, that's complete. Make a schedule for Friday night. I signed that to Austin and Jen
Okay.
with a deadline by the end of the year, but again, that could be pushed out too.
Yeah, I feel like we're not going to have much until we figure out which artists we're actually going
But
to
go
have.
ahead and push that to the end of
And
January.
I was going to say that's going to take a while for people.
To
People
commit.
are going to want to know, but they're not going to want to commit until like probably.
So this
the
isn't
year.
necessarily the details, it's just a schedule. So if
Yeah.
you know like from 6 to, I mean, I think your
I think
schedule's pretty
we could
easy.
probably just piece that together pretty quick, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll work on it.
Question real fast.
So we're gonna leave that at the end of January?
In January's fine.
Push
Plenty of
that
time.
to the end of January, not
I
December.
don't know if that was on, it might be on the subcommittee. I thought, things are mixing together. I thought you were going to come up with like some rules as well Is that part of the subcommittee or is that part of this in turn, like the same thing?
I have no idea.
It's
Okay.
the village hall
Because
working group.
it's all my same brain.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm working on, as soon as I finish this landscape plan, I'm gonna come up
Oh,
with
okay.
a floor
I
plan
see it.
of the building.
I got it. I'll come back to that question
Okay.
because it's in the subcommittee. Sorry.
Cool.
And I'm adding a new tab to this spreadsheet that says village hall. That will have like
Okay.
tasks for her and him
Gotcha.
as well.
Okay.
Perfect.
They're kind of mini working groups.
Yeah, we should probably pull these out of the Marvin Elementary
Yeah.
School
Mhm.
and put those
Um,
there.
And then, okay, so I added, if we don't do the avalanche food truck or whatever, we had talked about, I assigned it to Mayor Polino to reach out to either the Rotary Club, because he just met with them recently, or the Cub Scouts to see if they just want to sponsor like a refreshment table or have water, coffee, whatever.
Okay.
And then I also added on here, assigned it to Mayor Polino, but we can discuss as a group if he wanted to reach out to Publix to see if they wanted to be like the exclusive sponsor of the 5K. I know that's shooting high for Publix.
We can't get
but-
them to respond to anything.
I know. And then I put, if not, maybe they'll donate post-race food again like last year.
Okay.
So at best, maybe they want to sponsor the 5K. Maybe have their signage and their logo and stuff. Or at worst, maybe they'll just give us bananas and granola bars again. But I've assigned that to Mayor Polino with a deadline of the end of the year. And then submit facility application for Marvin Elementary School is complete. That's on here as well. And I just marked it as complete.
Okay. When is that next working group meeting?
It's not.
It's not scheduled yet.
Okay.
We have a
Alright.
limited working group.
Huh?
We have a limited interaction with our working group.
Do you want more?
No,
Pretty small
I mean,
working group.
Jill and I pretty much handle most of it.
Okay.
Marvin Elementary.
Yeah, but like
It's
literally,
small.
this is the reason that you guys have a working group. I don't want you guys doing everything. Like you guys are on like 8 of these, so I need you
8 of the
guys.
4.
I need you
Well, I
guys
have Deb
to.
on my group now, so I'm gonna solicit her help with the health fair. I'm gonna let her, if she can, that's the thing. I have to make sure that she has the time to do it, but if she can be like the liaison, once we get the vendors on board, if she wants to be the liaison to kind of communicate with them and she can make a sort of a map of where they can all go once we know where they're gonna be on site. Like I would like to put her in charge of managing those vendors. Because right now she's on this group, we haven't assigned anything specific to her.
Okay. I mean, you know.
I'm looking for things to pass off to people. don't
Okay.
worry. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Because Mayor Polino can step up, and he will, and Councilman Sethridge will as well. He tries, so.
I mean, this is the easiest working group because Wayne can't help me with the 5K. He just can't. Neither can Joe. I mean, they just can't.
Right.
So because that's the biggest thing of the day, the way that they'll help is being present day of, hyping the crowd, being on the speaker, the mayor kind of
Give Wayne
announcing
some
everybody.
t-shirts, he'll get rid of them.
Wayne giving away t-shirts. Like, I think we'll put them to use, but I don't know how much use that we're gonna get out of them in this working group.
Okay, if you're not gonna get a lot out of them, and we need them somewhere else, then let's utilize them somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like don't utilize
I mean, would
council.
you agree with that assessment?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I'd rather have Joe focusing on sponsorships and Wayne, quite honestly.
Wayne's better at it than Joe.
Well, okay,
Wayne's very
so
good at
there's a question in response to that. Is there somebody that we could trade that could handle the health fair?
Didn't you say Deb?
Well, I was
Deb.
gonna
You're
ask
gonna,
Deb.
you're gonna let Deb do that?
I'm gonna talk to her about it and see if she thinks she has the time to
Okay.
do it. I feel like she should. It's not that difficult. It's not like we're gonna have 100 vendors, I don't think. I mean, I don't know what number we're shooting for, but we probably need to discuss that.
All right. Well, you talk to her about that, and then you can come back to us with that if you need some maneuverability. Right, Austin. That's your favorite word. Maneuverability.
Flexibility.
No, flexible is me. You
Flexible,
said
maneuverable. Oh, what's another one?
I don't know. All right. We good with that one? Yes.
Yes, I
Okay.
think so.
All right. Marvin Eford AM working group. That is Jill again.
Okay, we had a discussion on the pottery exhibit. I feel like that's completed.
What do we decide? Jesus God.
We decided no pottery at the barn, correct?
Well, I think the nuance of that was, I mean, if Kat wants to exhibit, she can do it on her own,
Just no
but we're not
live
putting
real.
the kids in the clay.
Yes.
Do we want to
Because
offer
that
up
wrecks
their
the bathroom, is
houses?
my understanding.
What?
Do we want to offer what?
Like people's house, like do we want to ask the potters if people can, I mean, they have lots of pottery events where it's like, hey, here's our house, come check it out. Do we want to offer that up for them?
I think since we mostly mixed the home art tours,
Do we
I
say
would
no?
just have them do what potters usually do. I mean, because we're gonna have the art expo at Firethorn, and so if they want to come exhibit, they can do that here on Friday night, and they can do it at Firethorn and sell their stuff.
Okay.
So, and they'll be used to. I mean, if they're in the
Good with
business,
that.
they'll be used to it.
Nope, good with that. Okay. Horse education exhibit. Jill.
That's still pending. It kind of ties in with the pony rides that the PM working group is going to be in charge of. It's the same lady that I asked to do both. So this would not be like an actual horse at the park. This would just be like another, and maybe I can bring Jennifer into the conversation since her and Andy are working on animal exhibits.
Okay.
But we thought it would be fun to have someone come and teach the kids about horses too, since Marvin is
Cool.
a horse town, as we know, an equestrian town.
Which it's not, for God's sake. Jesus.
So it's still pending. I can reach back. She's very difficult to get an answer out of.
Okay.
But if not, I've got plenty of options around here of people that could do this, or
Okay.
my own, where I board my horse. I mean, they're not in Marvin, they're in Van Wyck, but I could always ask her if she wants to send somebody to do a
Sure.
educational seminar. So I've got options here, and I'm not worried about that one.
Cool. All right. Dunk tank contract. That's me, but Jill did my homework for me. So there is,
You're gonna get me in trouble. Stop it.
sorry. I mean, I did it. I actually did, by the way. I did do it. I did have, I did find a dunk tank for 4 hours for $300, and then it's, I believe it's $75 per hour after that. Sorry. That's popuppalooza.com. Now, Jill found Waxhaw Equipment Rental, closed at 12 on Saturday, so if the tank has to be picked up at 4:30 that day, there's an after-hours fee. Another option is we can pick it up on Monday, and you will save that $150. Save that $150 on the pickup. So we could,
So
Just
if it
keep
gets sent
it.
at the park all weekend, then we save $150.
yeah. So, and that looks like that's $535. So $300, and then we would have it all day. And I think we should have it all day, starting at 11. And it is, council will put their butts up there. If you want to throw, it's Mayor Pro Tem's there from 11 to 12. If you want to try to dunk her, it's $10 for every 3 balls.
I'll pay that.
You want to charge money? Really?
Hell yes,
Yeah.
I do. Absolutely.
Oh my
And I think
You said
people
this is
will
the
pay
park?
it.
That's
Yes.
This is- okay.
At the park. So we need to decide if we want to go with this guy,
I
if we
just don't
want
know
to go
how
with
we're
this
going to do
guy.
that. How are we going to take payments at the park?
So we're gonna.
We will advertise it and say cash only, and someone will stand there.
Yeah.
We
Put a
did
cash
it.
box.
We have a
Yeah.
cash box here somewhere.
Yeah,
We'll have to make a schedule, so that's gonna limit you guys as to what are things you can do
that's fun.
throughout the day, and then we'll just have a staff member or volunteer just stand there the whole day.
I'm gonna need to figure that out because I will probably be the one that I will wear a thing on my head so my hair won't look crazy. But I will do it.
Of it.
I will do it.
Okay.
Seriously. So
So
let's.
are we
So
making a
rest of
decision
council
on
do
this
it.
today?
yes, let's do a dunk tank. I
You
think
wanna
this is
make a decision?
amazing.
Who would be the best
Now-
one to dunk?
Oh, Joe will get the most by far.
So do we need a vote on this, or we just like what do we do?
Do we need to talk to council and make sure council's good with
The
it?
committee doesn't necessarily need to take a vote on this. I would say you guys just come to a consensus and then take whatever you want to council.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be that formal.
Let's just talk. How do we all feel about a dunk tank and charging money for people to dunk our council members? We all on board?
Favor.
All right, let's do it. You want me to execute it?
Yeah. Execute. Would you want this guy or you want my
I'll
guy?
take Waxhaw Equipment.
Okay.
Just update. You don't have to ask cancel. Just at the next Marvin Day briefing, just let them know you're doing it.
So add that to your list to update us on.
Add that to my list to update you on. Okay.
Okay.
I like
And
it.
then, Jill, if you don't mind, we're gonna have to add another step to this thing that says create the schedule so that we can go ahead and make sure we've got that
Dunk
figured
tank
out.
Schedule.
I'll do it.
Get
I don't
the
care.
cash.
I'll pay $60 and dunk all of y'all.
Yes, let's go.
You gotta get on.
Yeah, I was gonna say
No.
you gotta go. You gotta have.
No, but I might need to take some lessons. Is your son available?
Hayden's not allowed to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Activities for inside the barn.
Okay, that 2 is me. So I looked on Oriental Trading and I found some really cute things. Like this one is super cute. It's a garden pot craft kit for $10 and you get 12. And they're super cute.
Love it.
Like it's like a little
I
pot.
love that one. I loved the stained glass
I like it.
And
plastic
it kind of
thingies,
fits in
too.
with
that's
our like
cute.
our whole garden workshop thing.
Right? So I thought that
Mhm.
one's super cute. And then I also saw this one. This is a Cool Safari magnet craft kit. It's,
Are these kids craft kits?
yes, it's
Okay.
$8 for 12.
Oh, I love that. That fits in with our kind of animal exhibit thing.
So-
Do they not
Oh,
have
those are
like,
cute.
they don't have like snakes
That's really
and
cute.
birds, do they?
I don't know. I
That's
didn't
cute.
get, I didn't get that far. I did know if
They
this
may
was
have a non-safari themed one. They may have other
like
animals.
Yeah.
one that matches the
Yeah.
kind of animals.
Kind of
we
animals
do.
we're gonna have.
owls, snakes, something like that. So I can look into that. So if this
How
is
many do you
kind of,
anticipate us? How many discussion group? How many do we think we need to order for this day?
how many did you order for the other one? How many did you order for trick or treat?
250.
I'd say
Did we blow through
300.
those?
But we also
Yeah.
had coloring sheets to offset.
Yeah,
it
I'd say
all.
300.
Well, I think we should still have like coloring
Coloring
sheets to
sheets,
serve as a backup
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
fill in, you know.
What do you
whatever.
guys think?
So it's 11 to 4 is kind of the kids
Mm-hmm.
area.
I think
Where-
300 is good as long as you have the backup.
I don't know.
I would say
I
5.
think 500. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say 500.
I mean, we are expecting quite a lot.
And it's not
Okay.
like if we're stuck with them. It's
If
like,
we can
well,
find a
you
place
will be
to
able to
save
use
a
it.
buck-
Do you want me to look at both? Because I've got the
we can
um,
always donate leftovers to like Marvin Elementary
the
School.
pot, the
The
garden.
pots
Or
were
hold
cute.
for another
Those pots are
minute.
cute. The magnets are cute. When I had taken a spin through that as well,
How much?
they had the little plastic
That
thing.
one is
like, that
$10 and you
color.
get 12, so they're less than $1 a piece. And that one is, sorry, Jen,
No, go ahead.
12 and it's $8.80.
Okay.
All right.
They also had ones that were like the little sun catcher things.
Yeah, I
and with
saw
the pens.
those.
I thought those were really cute.
I thought those were really cute too, but then I was worried about like
The
having to keep
pens.
up with the pens and the caps and that kind of stuff. So that's why I kind of
Mm-hmm.
picked these. So are you guys good with, do you want both? Do you want me to look and see if they have like park animals instead of safari animals? Or do you guys just like the pots and want to stick with the pot? I think the pots are super cute.
I like
like
the pots
both.
better than the
I like
animals.
What size are those pots? Sorry.
I don't know. They're not very big.
There's
They're
little
prob-
biodegradable.
probably-
yeah, they're little biodegradable ones. They're probably like this big.
Oh, they're not clay.
No, they're like that biodegradable paper like
Cardboard
stuff.
So Kim, I'm fine to just pull the trigger and start ordering some of this stuff if you want.
Okay, which ones do you guys like? Do you want
I
to do
would like
both?
to do a combo of both.
Okay,
And I can when I'm ordering.
ordering
What was that?
Ordering it.
Yes, when I'm
Yes, you
ordering,
sound like
I
Christina.
can look to see if there's different
Different
animals,
kinds of
and if
animals.
not, we'll just get
Okay.
the safari
Okay.
ones. It's good enough. It's
Perfect. So
fine.
garden pot. Do you want me to text these to you?
No,
You got it.
I got it.
Okay. All right.
And I'll do 500 combination
All
of
of
both,
those.
around 500.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Next one,
I like
balloon and face painting. That's me.
Hold
Okay.
on, hold on.
Oh.
I actually had to add something else because I added a new line for you that says crafts for inside the barn because the activities for inside the barn
Oh, I didn't know
I
what that
had-
was.
with Jen, Barbara, and Andy, which was like the
Oh, it has me
animal
beside
exhibits.
it.
I have an
I
update
switched
on.
it,
Okay.
changed it. 'Cause
I
I,
have-
think
oh.
that's the animal exhibits, isn't it?
I have an update from Jen. Jen, if you want me to go ahead and give that.
Sure.
So she is going to recruit. She thinks she's going to get Carolina waterfowl, and she's going to get a reptile guy,
Hell yeah.
or reptile or snake or something. She's working on it. She does. She says.
Your favorite.
She says she.
Your favorite.
She says she's happy to do it. She'll have to volunteer for them probably during the event.
That's fine.
She'll have to be our staff person for them.
That's fine.
And she might have to do some volunteer work outside of the event for them, for this to work out, kind of an in-kind donation, but she's happy to do it.
Awesome. Great.
Anyone else besides Carolina and the reptiles? Like, what other animal options can we get?
How many do we
Do we
want
have
to
a
have?
bug person or like a
Should we
bird
ask
person?
Marsh and have
yes?
about?
that's-
Oh no, they just had the Raptor Center. That's who came. But I would have Marsh try to set up
They might be. Christina might be able to find a bug person.
a bug person. Would be
How
cool.
many animal
She might
exhibits do you
build
want though? Because we started off with 2, and I told her I'd ask you guys how many you really wanted to go for. Because I can ask Jennifer to see if there's anything else.
I don't know, 4 or 5, I thought.
Going on at the same time, just like booths set up and then walk
No,
around.
no live demos, just like
Yeah.
go
See,
around
I didn't know.
and
I
visit the
didn't know what
booths.
you meant. I thought you might have wanted like another like 2
No.
like hour-long shows or something.
Oh,
like
No,
that.
that got brutal
It's like
last
float
year.
in, take a look, float out, like.
Okay, so 4 or 5 then.
Okay, I'll follow up with her and we can talk to Marsh.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna assign that to you, Austin, to follow up with Jen and pull in Marsh to see if we can get more animals, bugs, birds, whatever we can get.
Bats.
Between the 2 of them, I don't see how we
Yeah.
couldn't get
We
it.
should educate them on bats,
We should,
since we
actually.
have them there.
Throw bats down, Austin.
Bats,
Since we have them
Carolina
there.
Can I throw an idea
waterfowl,
out to
reptile.
you to take to your working group? I was just looking at those little pots, and for the little plastic ones, you can get 120 for like $10.
Oh, that's plastic. I want
Well,
biodegradable.
I know, but so as another craft idea, or we could literally plant a seed. Like you could take home an okra plant for 5 cents.
That's the plastic ones? That's
Yeah,
good.
we like get 300-400 of these little plastic, and the craft is put some dirt, push the seed down, water it, and then,
Take it home.
you'll take it
That would
home.
take all of like 2 minutes.
And they,
How do we stock the dirt?
we'll just have a
I mean, we're gonna have dirt for this one too.
Well, but to his point though, we could even buy those biodegradable things and
Seed
get some of
packets.
those little stickers that they sell at Hobby Lobby, and they could decorate.
Oh, just get stickers. Just get stickers instead. No, seriously,
Those
from
foam
from
stickers?
Oriental Trading, get the stickers instead.
I'm just saying, like, a kid can take home, like, a plant, a seed that's already watered with a sticker on it. Mom and Dad, this is gonna grow in 2 weeks.
Decorate the
Yeah.
pot. Come
Decorate.
get your dirt.
Be ready to,
Dirty.
well, no, just be ready to take it home and put it in the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're like
You wanna shoot me a
five,
link to that?
you're 5 cent all in.
Okay.
With seeds and dirt and
So we need
maybe
seeds,
20 cent.
dirt, the pots.
Take it to
And
your working
stickers.
group as an idea. It's
No,
it's
we're
just
go-
another craft
This is the
station.
working group.
I mean, basically, like,
Well, pretty much.
So Jill, just
Yeah.
start a little list over here and just say what we need.
I
Like-
have it.
Okay.
I'm typing
She's
right
good.
on
She's
my,
got it.
right on
Perfect.
your magic
Okay.
spreadsheet. I'm in it. Trust me, girl.
okay,
I know you. I know what you want.
okay.
All right, so Derek's gonna send me that link, and I'm gonna start looking at seeds, dirt, and
Stickers.
Stickers, and in lieu of ordering.
In lieu of the
Oriental
pots
Trading
from
crafts.
Oriental Trading,
Yeah.
but I would still get the magnets from Oriental Trading.
The
Animal magnets.
You got some animal
I
magnetism
do.
going
Yes, I do. Oh, and I may have a coupon for free shipping or something.
from Oriental.
Yeah, do you have all that?
They freaking email me every single day.
Okay,
I'm
so I
sure
don't
have
need
one.
to give you anything.
I mean, if you have it.
Well,
send
it's
it.
only for 3 days, and this was yesterday.
No, like no pressure.
All right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll get
Okay.
a million.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Okay. Balloon and face painting. Okay, so face painters. I speak face paint. I spoke with Kim, and it is $575 from 11 until about 5. We said 5, but she thinks we should go until it's like dark. Like it basically people are like wrapping up. So probably a couple more hours, and after that it's $75 per hour.
That's for one face painter.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say right now, we need at least 4 or 5 because we
You
have
have
one
lines.
face painter and it's free.
Yep.
I have literally stood in line for an hour holding my kid's spot in a face painting line, wanting to kill myself just because that's how many people were in the line, and it takes so long to do one.
I
kid.
assume that it's one person. I didn't ask that question. I can ask her if she has other people that works for her.
How much did you say it was?
$575 from 11 to 5, and then it's $75 an hour after that.
Can we charge for it?
We can, but we try not to.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we are charging for the
It just seems-
pencil in the hair, so
I was gonna say that just seems, having done a lot of face painting myself. I mean, That's
Jen
kind of
just,
like.
Jen just volunteered.
I'm gonna have my own booth.
I'm
The other thing
kidding.
is,
Art side?
the other thing is you
Uh-uh.
can work with the face painters to say like we're not doing any full face stuff. Like you can get something on the cheek and there's like a board and you pick.
Yeah,
the design
she
and go
said there
for
would
it.
be like 5 or 6
Yeah,
different
there should be a
designs.
a flash sheet, like when
Yeah.
you get a tattoo, you know, like flash sheet kind of thing, and they just point, and it should be small
Right.
because you got to move that line
You gotta
through.
move
But
the
I'm
line.
sort of imagining, like with trick or treating, we had way too many people, and they were standing in line for candy. Kids love face paint, and
They
if
do.
it's free, all
Every
of them
kid.
are going to want to do
Every
it.
kid.
Okay.
And
so
you're
I
going to
need
be inundated. So charging may be like we were talking about in the other room.
so I need to add. So I
Charging
need,
may just be a way to thin the crowd a little bit.
Okay,
And
so-
recoup some of the costs because it's kind of expensive.
yeah. So I need to ask if she has other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would ask how many face painters,
Okay.
and if she says nope, just little old me, then I think we look into additional options.
Okay. That's fine. That's good. Okay. Balloons magician. You guys, if you guys think 575 is crazy, here you go.
Okay.
These
So this
people
is-
make more than like an
it's
attorneys.
crazy.
It's funny.
So, okay, this is from 11 to 7. He will set up a tent, which I have a picture of. The tent will have walls. He will do balloon animals for most of the day, and then he will do a 45-minute magic show at some point during the day, and he will tell us, we'll tell him when we want it done. It's $1,200.
Ooh, anybody got any
For
extra
how
orders
long?
to sell?
11 to 7. But it's just him.
I would say honestly, for 8 hours worth of work, being on call, that's
And a magic show.
performing.
And a magic show.
That's not. That's
And
not
it'll be
that
balloon
bad.
animals, but it's just one guy doing the balloon animals.
They do it.
A long line. Listen, we're gonna have long lines. I hope we have long lines. But people are gonna have to realize that we're not gonna have 8 balloon makers and 8 face painters and people
I
are
ask
just
a
gonna have to
logistics
stand in
question?
line. Yeah.
If we're charging for certain events, should we have instead of someone standing by each event taking payment, should we have a payment station where you pay for face painting, you get a pink ticket to get
If
face
we have
painted?
more than one, yes.
Because we're doing dunk tank already.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that's probably at least an easier way to do that.
Yeah. But I feel like the dunk tank is gonna be like separate. Like that's gonna go to like well, it can go to Marvin Day. I was gonna say charity, but it can go to Marvin Day to help pay for it.
I can go to your lawsuit fund.
Yeah, that's true. That is charity. That is charity. So that's that. Those were I did my homework, so that's what I found out.
Can I
So
just pause for a second?
Yeah.
I'm under the impression, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who feels like it, but I feel like we're gonna have to take this to council as far as
some of the money
getting their approval
expenditure,
about
I agree.
having people pay for face
Yes,
painting, dunk
we are.
tank and all that stuff. Okay, so I'll put that on here.
Yep.
That they're gonna have to what, approve, vote, like how?
Yeah.
So far, what we're talking about paying for is the dunk tank, face painting, and the tinsel in the hair.
Is it a contract?
Well, the tinsel and the hair, they were gonna be paying
They were going to pay the vendor
they were gonna pay the
directly,
vendor directly.
So yes,
I
dunk
wonder
tank
if-
and face painting.
but then I wonder if the vendor would be okay with just
Christine,
because that'll get confusing.
do they need
If you're buying
formal
tickets for
council
2 things,
approval?
but then you
Hang on,
pay
one
the other person directly, like. I mean, it's one thing, like to have.
I could offer to pay the hairdressers a flat rate for the
That's
day,
what I'm wondering, and then
they pay us for the.
something.
Do you think that they're going to get? I'm not sure. So the dunk tank is one thing because we're renting it. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
The other stuff, face painting. So if say it's whatever I said, $575, whatever. Then if we make over $575, are they going to be like, well,
Well,
I want money?
okay, here's my thing. I want to pay her $575 for free face painting. But if we're gonna have her charging our residents $5 each to get their face painted, I don't want to pay her $575.
Well, she's not.
Okay.
No. This is free face painting.
But what
We're
I'm saying
paying for
is
it.
there an option for people to pay the vendors directly? Like, could she be a vendor that collects payment? Because I've gone to many festivals where I've had to pay for face painting, and she charges $5.
I can ask her that.
And then we don't need to pay her $575.
Yep, I
She'll
No, in
make
fact,
money
she'll
off
make
the
a
people
lot of money.
paying. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll do it for free from us if she knows that we're going to allow her to charge residents.
Yeah, then she's
So
just a
let's just
vendor.
find
Then
out.
she's just
Yeah,
signing
just
up
another
I'll
for
ask.
vendor.
I will call her. and
Like the
ask her.
tinsel
And then the only thing people are paying us for
It's
is
the dunk
dunk.
dunk tank.
Mhm.
I mean, thoughts? Anyone else?
I'm good with that.
Depends
I'll
on
ask.
how what the vendors.
Yep.
I think it would be easier on all of us if the vendors are taking their own payments, because
I
then it can be
agree.
credit card, whatever, they can
Except
have
for
their
the
little
dunk
square
tank.
thing and whatever, but the dunk tank, yeah, is ours.
Yeah, and most of them have, they've got their little jars, they do cash, they do Venmo, they do everything now, so.
Okay, I'll ask her. Yep. Okay, if not, I'll come back and let you know. But both of these people were available that day.
Christina, for the payment of this stuff, do they need formal council approval, like to vote on something if it's not a contract?
If it's not a contract?
It's not necessarily a contract.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What do you
Is it a
guys?
truck or a mobile cart, push cart? Sorry, we're having a sidebar.
That's fine. Go
I think
ahead.
Get
it's a-
mad.
I think it's a cart.
Okay.
Listen, I don't get mad when side conversations happen. Somebody else does though.
Oh, don't say, interesting.
Do we? What do we want to do about the magic show?
I mean, I like it, whatever.
a lot.
Magic show.
How much
Well,
is
how
it?
much does he take?
$1,200.
How much
Are we
does he
allowed to
take
come?
off if we don't do the magic
We're all
show?
allowed to comment. How much
I don't
is
even
it?
know who that is.
$1,200 for 8 hours.
What does a magic show have to do with Marvin?
Nothing. It's entertaining the kids. That's what we're trying to figure out is stuff to entertain the children at the park.
I would find out how much it is if we take off the magic show.
Oh, to do all day balloons.
Yeah.
Is there a capacity issue for that magic show? I'm thinking the
It
Raptors.
would be on the
Center.
grass. It would have to be on the
No,
grass.
he has a tent.
Okay.
He has a tent, and he would do it at the tent, and people.
But is
would
it like a
just-
10 by 10 tent?
It is a 10 by 10 tent. Here, I have a picture.
That
of the
would be
tent.
like 8 people could
That's
fit in there.
small.
Not like no. It's you're not getting in the tent.
Right, but like that's his backdrop. Because he probably needs that for some of his illusions.
Yeah. Okay. Here's his tent, and he will have sides on the tent.
That's even less of a viewing angle.
So,
Does he
I
stand
mean,
behind it and people
I guess. I don't know.
pull him up on YouTube?
let's just ask him if we don't do the magic show, what's the rate?
Okay.
But I'll be honest, 8 hours, making balloon animals all day,
That's
for
$150 an hour.
$1,000. I mean, whatever, our DJ's costing that much and he's gonna be there from.
He's not making
doing
anything.
He's doing the
Okay.
5K also though, so he's gonna be there all day for the
Okay.
same price.
I'll find out. Okay.
But if we think that's too expensive, then I would say let's get another quote from another balloon person
Okay.
to
We'll do it.
compare, you know? And if that's just the going rate for balloon artists these days, then I'm just gonna give Christina my notice and become
I
a
was
balloon
gonna say
animal
you're gonna
person.
learn how to make.
I'm gonna go
balloons.
back to school to learn how to do balloon animals. Kids love me. It'd be great. All right, next. Decision on trackless train. I feel like I was told to forget that dream at the last subcommittee meeting, so I'm just gonna put that in canceled. Correct? Inflatables contract. I have not executed that yet because there was a moment when we thought maybe Jumpin' Jacks would be able to do all of that.
Yeah. And
But I
that's-
do have a quote, so I will push that back
Yeah.
out.
You go do that. You take that over.
Now, based on discussions we just had in PRG, do we think we need more than one inflatable, and do we have room?
I thought we were gonna do two, like a little kid one and like a bigger kid one that was
So
more like an obstacle
We were
course.
gonna do a combo that has, it's one unit still, but it has a little bouncer on one end, and then the obstacle course on the other. They're connected, they're not separate.
But they would have 2 different lines getting in. I mean, they have different angles like that.
One you just
The
get up and climb in and
plastic or
bounce
vinyl
down.
is all interconnected, but it's 2 separate.
I'm fine with that, but maybe another one of some sort of other. I think it's going to depend on the other stuff that we find and we get.
So we'll start with one, we'll start with the combo, and we can always go back and add another potentially if we need.
Yeah,
So, okay.
and I would let them know that and see if we add something, if we can get a bulk discount.
All right, okay. Garden education exhibit people, Christina Culp already updated us on that, I'm pretty sure. The first stage of that is complete. She's got gardeners who have said yes. So holding workshops, they will be new action items I'll add down below as far as finalizing the times. I feel like we did finalize the times, didn't we?
For what?
The garden workshops?
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay.
We-
We'll go
I think
back
we
and
should
look
probably
at her
revisit
email,
that.
but I'll just add on here that Christina will finalize what workshops, how many, and the times. But that doesn't have to happen right now, so.
Yeah.
Nature tour person and times, that's been done, completed. Christina's agreed to do it. We're not gonna do signups this year. It's just gonna be like, we will have times on there that they start, but it's just whoever shows up, she'll take into the woods.
The registrations were just unnecessary last year.
Did you just say they'll take him to the woods?
The trail? What's wrong with that?
Well then.
There's, never mind.
Okay, Jen, this is assigned to you. Get all addresses and a write-up of the garden and artists for communications. I don't know what that means, or why that's assigned to you.
I don't know
I sort
why.
of know what that means.
I don't know why Jen's even on this committee. She's not even on this committee. How did she
No,
get
she
stuck
just
with
offered
this?
to help with artists
Oh,
that
okay.
are gonna be at the park, but we're not having any at the park anymore, right?
No, I'm on the AM group.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Am I not?
No.
I thought she was. She's with me on Village Hall.
You're on
Yeah.
Village Hall, and you're on
And you're on other.
Firethorn,
And you're on this one.
But I've been on the AM working group.
I mean, I
Because I
would
know all of this stuff.
love to
Well,
have
I
you
think know
stay.
from these subcommittee meetings, but.
No, I've been on
No,
both.
she was at the working group meeting.
Oh, you.
I've been at all the working group meetings.
Just stick her-
you
just
should
stick her-
cut her off.
Just stick her back
Because
in.
I was doing
No,
the craft,
she
because I
wasn't
was
on my
talking
list.
to
All right,
Kim about
just-
the crafts.
Yeah.
Update
Oh,
your
that's
sheet.
right. You were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
All
put,
right,
put
you
her
just
back
need
on
to
ours.
stick her
Wait a
back on
second,
there.
why do you need to be back on? You've got 3 things you're doing. Do you need to be back on?
Can you see how many
I
things
like being
have?
with Jen.
I do too, but I don't wanna
We love each
overextend
other.
you.
No, right now I'm not overextended because the thing that you just asked me about is what I'm doing.
Okay.
So if that falls under that group, that's what I'm doing for that group.
I think she was on AM because we started off. Village Hall used to be part of the AM group. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. I told you off.
So that's why I'm other now,
Yeah.
is just because of that. Okay.
Well, you're not other now. You're over here under Village
She
Hall
is
working
other.
group.
And other on the
And
other
you're
side.
other on
Yeah.
the
Just put-
side.
Okay.
Let's put her back on AM.
Okay.
Don't tell
Whatever.
me what
I'll
to do.
All right.
just go to
So
the
get
meetings.
all addresses and write up of garden artist for communications. Well, okay. So the
My understanding
addresses-
of what that is that so I am building a list of the artists who are interested. That is going along swimmingly. I'm waiting for a couple of people who are like hubs to get me the information from the people that they know. So I'm waiting for those nodes to report back. But I'm building a list because I've been doing some fairs myself, and so I've been taking names. So that list is building, and so for the artists, I will have a very good list probably by the end of November. Nobody's going to officially commit until we in working group decide what that booth fee is going to be and whether we're just counting it for Marvin artists, if I can get a big enough group. As far as the garden stuff, though, I need to get with Bob, and he is like constantly been out lately. So I need to get with Bob because he did it last year, and so he's going to be the liaison for me for organizing the garden addresses and who would want to
Okay, so I
participate for
think
that.
that's false. I think Bob has declined and asked me to do it. So I had on my list to reach out to the gardeners because he copied me on an email he sent them last year. So he
That's
thinks
pretty much what I need. Is
that I should be able to do it now.
I think that's
Okay.
going
Do you want to do the gardeners too?
I can do that if you will forward to me the
Absolutely.
contact information that he had last year.
That
That's really
is
all I needed from him.
Perfect.
So I can
Yes.
tell you real
Can
fast
you-
what this
can you-
means on the
You're like.
on the
encouraging.
send the details to the consultant. This is basically all the information that's needed to put like on the website or anything like you did with the garden tours. Like this is the home. This is kind of what
that
they
just
have.
goes to me, not our consultant. Our consultant's not our website.
Yeah, but it's yes. I'm just saying that the person that's going to communicate it.
Right.
So yeah, getting all that information.
So my understanding of what I'm going to do, if I'm hearing you correctly and Jill correctly, is that using Bob's communications from last year, I'm going to contact the garden people. I'm going to see if I can get any more. Get a commitment from them, get their address information, and start putting together a map
Yes, exactly.
to say
Yeah.
this is where if you want to
Yes.
go see.
Yeah.
And
that's where we go, and then as soon as I have that, then that will be website ready to promote.
And the artist will be the bios.
The artists, I will gather the bios as soon as we get commitments and people have registered
That's
with booth fees.
That's it.
And then optional with that
Do we-
will be displaying here at Village Hall on Friday night.
So we need to add to our working group booth fees and get them set so that we,
yes,
have that. So
And,
we need
yeah,
to-
and decide whether we're going to incentivize Marvin artists because a lot of
Okay.
the people that I know are not
can you put
necessarily
on-
Marvin because we're small.
yeah, can you put on our working group thing, booth fees
For which
decision?
working group, for Firethorn?
No,
AM.
for AM Park, booth fees.
We're having booths? at the
No,
park?
we're not. So
No, that'll be
if you want to keep
Firethorn,
it for
sorry.
Firethorn, but we
Shit.
don't meet separately for Firethorn, or we haven't yet.
No, I don't think you need to. I have a separate tab, but I'll put Village/Firethorn on this one tab. But I will add a
Cause that's where we
group.
want it.
Let's,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
go-
whichever meeting we're going to
Or,
discuss that.
no, just put it in Village Hall.
Okay.
Because if.
Because we're going to display that at
Here.
that night, so we're going to move all Art Expo
Yeah.
conversations
Yes,
and Garden Expo to Village Hall.
Yes.
Okay.
let's do
perfect.
that. That'll
Hey,
be
Jill,
easier.
Let's try to figure out a date for that, like today or tomorrow, so we can just get that on our calendars. Kind of we're
So
all
booth fees,
getting booked up.
that's what I added. We
Yep.
need to
Garden
discuss
tours.
Say booth fee
fees.
decision, and then we can, so that we know we need to make, or you guys need to make a decision, because that's not
That's
me.
probably the same. I'll
Garden
add that to
tours.
my elementary school because we need to discuss booth fees
For the health fair.
vendors. Um,
Start making decisions.
So when you reach out to the gardeners, Jen, I'll give you the email addresses, but when you reach out to them, if you probably already will, but just remind them why we are offering garden tours Friday night. What our thought process was behind that. And then,
Which was, if I remember correctly, that there's just too much going on
yeah, we just didn't want
Saturday.
people to compete with
And yeah, if
the
they're gonna,
event.
Yeah.
And not everybody's comfortable bringing their kids to someone's beautiful garden.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to make it more adult, wine, cheese, whatever, that's our vision for it. If they want to be a part of it, great. If they don't. They still have the option of potentially doing a garden workshop. I don't know if Christina's already talking to the same people or not. We could say we're also holding some gardening workshops in the community garden on Saturday. So if any of you would rather do that instead, let me know and we'll see.
That sounds
Okay.
like we're making good progress.
All right, that's, okay, we got off track on the, no, yep, okay. Order discs for golf. Dirk,
How many you want? I talked to the guy.
500, if we're doing 500 things for the kids?
That's a lot.
Expensive. Unless
You
go
only
with
did
a
like
cheaper
50 last
vendor.
year, didn't you?
Yeah. So the guy who led the clinic last year was at the park Friday night. He put on the movie for us,
Awesome.
and he said, I'm excited about this golf event next
Oh,
year.
good.
So,
I love that.
and he did confirm. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's sold out." So we could try 3 or 4 sections. He doesn't. He's not going to want 500 people at a time, right? He's going to want
Yeah.
groups of 50.
I have a
So last-
schedule with
Or
him.
no, we did groups of 25. We ordered 50 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was about $500 if I
Yeah,
remember
I
correctly.
think we can get them down to $5 to $6 a disc, depending. And obviously, maybe if we order more, we can get.
So
So,
we-
just tell us.
Here's the thing. I think it would be, one, I think we need to have some extra discs at the park for when we have events. Just so, my kid can use them.
You could sell some.
Thanks.
And we could
The
sell
first
some.
100 free, and then
Yeah, sell
Maybe we'll
some.
have
the
our
rest.
new logo by
That's
then.
where I was going to ask.
We're gonna definitely have our new logo by then.
So I have with
Wait until we have
Seth.
branding done.
Yeah, we
Seth
will.
is going to do 3 clinics, 11:30, 1 o'clock, and 2:30. We have to discuss if we're going to require people to register.
Yes.
That didn't work well last
Okay,
year.
no.
People registered, but then they didn't show up, and then people walked up, and he just took whoever walked up. And then people that registered were like, "What do you mean there's no discs left? I registered, but it's just too hard day of to
Okay,
like,
so
manage
then
that."
no.
So I just say we
We could do
cap
tickets.
it 50 people.
Same thing.
Or however many, Derek, I don't know what he thinks, but 50 people per clinic, and once he gets to 50 people, if someone walks up, he just says, "This clinic is full, come back at 1 o'clock."
Do you think that he might be willing to do 4 clinics?
Maybe.
Because I think it's super popular, and I think
Well, so the clinics,
kids and adults of all
he
ages.
needs an hour, wants a 30-minute break in between each one.
Okay.
So the last clinic's at 2:30, it would end at 3:30, so we could do one more from 4 to 5.
Yeah.
I could see if he
See
could do
if he
one
would, if he would do that. And then I like the idea of the first, so if he does 25 people per clinic, then the first 100 are free, and then if you want to buy a disc, it's $5.
And then we should hype up the discs that have new logos on them.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see how we can
so-
employ the new brand with all this.
So I'm gonna ask him, how many people does he want to cap per clinic? And then, let's say he says 50, so that'll be 200 people that will go through the clinic. So do we just order 200 and he gives them to the 50 that actually come and do the clinic? And then we'll have extras that if somebody wants to buy one, they can.
Y'all could bring this back up at a later date when the branding's done, because you're not gonna
We could have a swag shop running at Marvin Day.
Oh, hell yeah.
you're not gonna be making a decision on this until that happens anyway.
Okay,
So if
so
we
then
wanna
I'm
just-
gonna push Derek's deadline for ordering these when we're back.
Payment station and swag shop can all be in one.
I mean, if you want, I can tell the guy, you know,
I like that.
we're
I'll run
thinking
it.
of ordering this many. I mean, he could go ahead and order them, the disc itself, and have it in stock. And then, you know, then
Austin Swag
once we
Shop.
get our new logo or whatever, he can just stamp it.
Why don't I change this and
We
instead of-
find out, we get some pricing, like
Yeah, I
if
was
we
gonna
do
say.
like bulk pricing, like if we get 300, if we get 400, if we get 500, like what's our cost breakdown?
Yeah.
And then I'm okay, go ahead and pre-ordering them so that we have them. And then we can, like you said, just kind of stamp them. Can you respond to that and ask
Yeah,
how
there's no
he
rush.
sent
This
it?
has a deadline
Did
of
he
January
email it? Did he
31st.
mail it?
But I just
How did
changed
he
it
send
instead
it?
of
He
ordering
probably had to
the
mail it.
discs, just get a
Signature.
quote
It's gotta, and it's gotta be notarized, yeah.
for various breakdowns.
And then can you ask, as soon as they get it, to please let us know?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sidebar.
All right, so I changed
Sorry,
it
another
where
sidebar.
Sorry.
Derek's gonna get a quote now, maybe by the end of the year, and then as far as actually placing an order, we'll wait until,
Yeah.
till
Well, till we
2023.
have the numbers, and then we can pull the trigger. Again,
And
let's
then we
start
have the
making some
logo, the new
decisions.
logo, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And a swag shop.
You and your swag shop.
I'm
So we'll
down.
call it the Marvin Day swag shop.
Just skip
Do you
over
get the
all the
dry fit
contracts.
shirts?
Yep.
That's me and
Hats?
Jamie.
Need hats.
I'll be decked out and
Insurance.
everything.
Oh my gosh,
Permits,
yes.
Decision
I
on ground. Okay, decision on grounds performances. That's you, JC. TKD, dance, etc.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The PM working group, I believe, in my spying in on their meeting yesterday, might have a stage all day long at the park. So if that's the case, and we aren't gonna have musicians until the evening portion, then I have an empty stage sitting there begging me to fill it with fun. So I could reach
That is
out.
you have such a diabolical like tone to your
With
voice. I love it.
With fun.
With
So
fun.
there's many avenues I could take. I can reach out to the Taekwondo people. They love to do their little
Displays.
performances. We have a dance school that would probably love to come out.
Isn't there a Tai Chi group too?
I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff. we
Okay,
can do.
so you want to push this out until, why don't we push this out until the end of December, and then hopefully we'll have a stage answer by then if the PM working group will, I don't know, do some work.
Oh, they're working.
Mm-hmm, that's what I've heard.
All right, so yeah, I'll just
Working
move my
hard, hardly
deadline
working.
back to January for that.
Okay, okay, moving on,
Heart.
stage schedule,
Are we on PM now?
no.
No, stage schedule, push that back.
Inquire with property owner of overflow parking location, Derek. Dark. That says DD and subcommittee.
So I talked to this guy on the phone. He said they're not interested
Ooh.
ever,
Ooh.
and he basically said not call and ask again
Oh.
in a roundabout way. So
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm not sure who or what made that happen. Hopefully it wasn't me, because I just simply told him what we were doing and asked, and he said they're not interested. And I said, well, who's they? And he said, well, it's me, and we we're not interested now or never. And please let your people know that.
Yikes.
So I don't know if they're just anti-Marvin, anti-growth, anti-events. They love voting, obviously.
Right, they love voting.
Who's the owner?
I probably need to look that up to be completely correct, but the guy's name is Larry, and he lives across the street from the fire department. Matt
I know
knows
how.
him, Matt interacts with him. He and Matt exchange favors with yard equipment and work, and
Okay.
I thought.
Damn, that's aggressive.
Yes, it was very aggressive.
So that being said, do y'all
Okay.
want to move on to trying to get to high school?
I think we should do that. I think we should do the elementary school. I think you should do the elementary school. And,
For parking though.
yeah,
How is that gonna work?
With-
Or maybe it works really
it
well.
works
with the 5K.
perfectly. It's done.
And
How much parking
The
does
stuff
elementary
at the
school
park
have?
starts at 5. I mean, the stuff at the park starts at 11. The 5K stuff should be done by 10,
11.
11.
So anybody who's already here for the health fair
Or
and everything
just
like
getting
that, just leave their cars and get on the bus.
So we use the elementary school, we use Village Hall,
Mhm.
and we have 2 stops, and then the park.
How much parking does the elementary school actually have though?
It has a decent amount.
Because I'm just thinking if we have 1,000 people going through our sites the other day, is that enough parking? Because this is only 30 cars, Village
Well,
Hall.
that's not 1,000 cars.
It's
It's,
gonna have to
I
be
know.
multiple sites.
yeah.
I mean,
I think-
Publix has agreed to a section of parking.
Yeah, they have an enormous parking lot there.
And that would service the people on that side of Marvin.
I mean, there's 3 stops then.
Well, I would also like to,
I think we use the schools, all the schools, clubhouses.
yeah, I would like to reach out to some of the neighborhoods and see if we can turn their clubhouse parking lots into a shuttle stop as well.
There's no part, they don't, who has parking?
I don't know, that's where I need you.
Firethorn's gonna be a no, because they're gonna have an open house that day, so they're gonna have theirs done. Okay, so
So-
let's just roll through it. Marvin Creek's,
Maybe for that, it's just for that neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like we'll provide you a shuttle at your neighborhood.
but like Marvin
community
Creek's
house.
probably got the biggest clubhouse, and they barely have any parking there.
That's normal though for neighborhoods. They don't.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of parking.
That's just what Waxhaw does, like they go to Lawson, Millbridge.
I don't
and
wanna
all the others.
have that many stops, because then people are waiting, they're like, Jesus, I gotta go through 8 neighborhoods before I get back to Village Hall.
Mhm.
So I think we already have the elementary school, we already have
Well, we
Village
don't.
Hall.
We have it until noon. I'd have to put another application in to rent the parking lot for the whole evening portion,
Oh, I mean, if you
which
can-
is fine.
Hunter had a good idea. I'll just mention it. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's feasible, but I'm just going to throw it out here. He said that some places do like a partnership with Uber where people can get an Uber ride from their house to the events.
Then we gotta have an Uber stop, and I'd rather just have 1 shuttle coming in and out, or 2 shuttles coming in and out.
The
Do-
park is the Uber stop.
I know, but you've got multiple cars coming out, like multiple cars, and then you're gonna run into the same problem that you had at Trick or
That's
Treat.
essentially creating a shuttle, but instead of a bus, it's like 16
Yeah.
cars instead of
Yeah.
the 30 people on the
So-
bus.
So do we think we need the high school if we can do Publix, Village Hall, and Marvin Elementary? Or do you think you would rather have the high school versus, I'm afraid the high school just won't like commit to the parking lot.
And
They
they've been so
definitely-
dicey about committing to anything.
Well,
it
wait,
seems.
I thought the high school said
Why have they been so hostile? I mean,
they would commit to the parking lot only. Wasn't that what they said or no?
They did, but that was for the car show.
is it?
Which I'm still trying to figure. I've been in touch with. I don't know why it's not on this list, but maybe it is. I've been in touch with Waxhaw Coffee Cruisers and so many other people.
I think we need to let the car show go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go at this point because if we need that for parking, and I can't get any of them to respond.
So would you guys rather have the elementary school or the high school? The only reason I was saying the elementary school is it's right here, it's up and down.
Well,
And then
people
you
are
don't have
already
to-
going to be, yeah, and people are already going to be there for the morning, or at least some of them will be. I like using Publix because it's real close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
And
the
they
high
have
school.
until the rest of that, is built out, they have way more lot than.
I know, but they only said they would give us 50 spots.
Only
But
50?
50 spots is pretty good. I
That's
mean,
still
that's
pretty good.
This is 30. That's 50. That's 80. Couple hundred. What? 100,
I mean-
200 at the elementary school. I don't know how many's
I
over
mean,
there.
how many spots do we think we need?
Dirk?
I mean, we had 350 cars
I was gonna say we had,
at a 2 to 4 hour event.
So get the high school then,
I
and
mean,
we're
we
we're
had-
probably gonna have to do 2 shuttles.
yeah, because if we're expecting 1,000 people and it's 4 people per car, like we're talking like families of 4, you're looking at least 250 cars.
I'll
Not necessarily all at exactly the same time, but
I'll get quotes for how much it would be to rent the parking lot, because you do have to pay for it.
Sure.
Rent the parking lot for the high school, to get the high school and the middle school combined. And then I'll get a quote for the elementary school. But again, I'm hoping he will waive it for us, or just say, you
You
guys
can
can
use
park
it.
here, just don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
Publix is 1.3 miles from the park. The schools are both 2.1 and 2.2.
yeah.
The high school and the elementary school. then-
And I'll see if I can get how many spots. I'll see if I can get Dr. Spencer to tell me how many spots are at
Didn't
Marvin
we count
Elementary.
last year?
don't
160,
remember.
170?
Last year? Well, last year we didn't have the main parking lot. We just had that little.
I think it's total though, it's like 160.
So, okay, and then also just add to your list that we would need to do a shuttle, like, pickup location. Like, so when we did the ribbon cutting, the shuttle was in front of the school, whereas people were over in the side parking lot. So we need to say, like, this is on a map. This is
This
where
is the
you go
location.
to pick up the shuttle, like,
Mhm.
so people aren't wandering around.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know exactly where I would put it at MES, but I have to figure out the high school and middle school.
Yeah.
So,
There are some large, sorry, Austin.
you good?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I fully understand. Publix, Marvin Elementary, Village Hall, Marvin Ridge.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. I mean,
Okay.
those are the only 4 that we have, so. Because
No.
apparently the overflow parking for the election is not an option.
The, you know,
that's the same guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know,
okay.
we did make that guy mad.
there's the businesses diagonally across from Publix that I doubt a lot of them are open on a Saturday. The Strive Dental Studio, State Farm, Java Bakery, Goddard School, and then just up from that is the Mount Pisgah Church. Those might be alternate options for.
I know, but I feel like they're so small, like,
They're really hard to get in and out.
Yeah.
My vet's office is in that Java Bakery one.
Yeah.
That's the one. And
I would say let's
turning right out of there is okay.
let's
You
go with
can
those
turn right
4.
out there.
Let's go with those 4 and then see what we get, and then if we need to look at I think that's plenty. If we have more than that, then
God help us.
So here's the deal. I'm not gonna wait till the next subcommittee meeting to present the quotes. I'll get them and then just email them out to the group so
Yep.
you can see. I'll get the number of parking spots and how much.
perfect.
And let's just plan on having to pay worst case, and then if we get a deal
Yep.
with Marvin Elementary, great. If not, we're prepared to cut a check
Yeah.
to reserve the parking. Christina, Hunter is assigned actually sourcing the shuttles, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Dog rescue group. I've
Booked.
skipped a bunch. Okay, good.
Both are booked for the day at the park.
Rock climbing quotes.
Okay, rock climbing, problem with that. Okay, we cannot have it at the school. The
Right.
school will not allow it. We could potentially have it at the park,
She keeps looking at you, making a face.
What?
but I know you
Rock
said our
climbing.
insurance.
Our insurance is,
But
is
if
not gonna
they,
allow it.
if they add us to their insurance, is that
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, it's okay if cancel says it's okay, and it's just gonna be the same thing with.
All right, let's just
There's
knock
still a
that.
liability.
We've got a lot going on. Let's just knock
Just
that
knock
off
it
the
off.
list.
Okay.
Portable bathrooms quote, etc.
That is just so far down on my list. I'm not even
Okay,
I'm not even doing that yet.
let's just push that out to like January then.
And I don't even know whose list that was on.
It's on nobody's. It has question marks.
Okay. I feel like
Find snake vendor. You want some snakes?
Yeah, let's just push
that
that out
does
to
sound-
the end of December. The snakes.
Curious.
Because Jennifer
Goodness
will.
me.
Derek, do you feel like porta potties could fall under facilities for you?
Literally facilities.
No
Okay.
pun intended. I'm gonna push that back to January 31st.
Yep,
of
that's
next
fine,
year.
and push the snake vendor back too.
Um,
All right,
oh, so-
PM working group, Park, Christina.
That is me. And so my group met yesterday. Car show details. We basically said that we're not gonna have anything to do with the car show other than just passive education on.
Are they still doing it?
I don't know. Passive education on the food vendors if they want help with that. We would also help to promote and advertise the event if they decided to do it. I did put the ball back in their court in terms of renting the facility space. Aside from that, we are really not going to have any involvement. I did say that if they wanted us to help with advertising and educating them on how to do the food trucks, we would need to know by the end of the year so that we could plan from our side of getting those things accomplished. Any questions on that?
Nope. I say we don't even, we're done. I don't even want to
Okay.
hear about the car show anymore.
We spoke at the last meeting about big band versus little band, local bands. And, our group is really of the opinion that it really doesn't matter. So I think we're moving towards the multiple little bands. One of these groups, I don't know if it was this one or our group, I can't remember, was supposed to come back with some recommendations as to what types of little bands
It
you
was
all
this
might want to
group.
hear.
It was Deb.
That's what I thought.
I remember a discussion about that, and we were all really excited about cover bands.
Yeah, we were gonna do like different
Jill wanted
times.
Dave Matthews Band so she could get up and dance on stage.
Oh,
Do y'all have any,
Say that.
I want an 80s band. I want a 90s.
I was just there's an 80s cover band playing at a bar uptown this weekend, and I was trying to figure out who it is that's playing. I was like stalking their
so I wanted
Facebook
to
page.
get some ideas from, I thought it was my working group, but I guess it was this group that because I remember Deb was sitting over there in
Yeah,
that
she was
corner.
looking at stuff.
I wanted to go over like just us hearing a couple of examples to see what y'all wanted to move forward with so we can get some quotes. One of my members mentioned the Coconut Groove Band, and I'll pull some stuff up, but do y'all have any recommendations as
I don't, because I did not realize that was.
Are they the ones that play like the steel drums and the beachy music?
Yeah, I know it was beachy.
The only
I'm gonna look it up, but if y'all have any other suggestions so we can reach
I
out to
love
them.
beach music too. But if that's who I'm thinking of, like that they played Waxhaw and the sound is very limited, and so it kind of gets old after like the third or fourth time.
Sounds so simple, I just gotta go.
I'm down with that.
Sounds so
You're not, or you are?
I'm down with that.
Oh.
Okay.
I guess I'll have to
Going down.
And so that was a winner.
Hang on, sorry, I guess I pulled
You're
up
rocking
there.
out. That's
That's Jen's
awesome.
favorite.
What we had decided, or what this group had suggested was, there was no decision made, suggested was, like, start at 5, and 5 to 6 it's this band, 6 to 7 is this band, 7 to 8 is this band, 8 to 9 is this band, and then,
So how many bands do y'all want?
It was a band of Palooza.
it's probably shouldn't be an hour, we should probably get like an hour and a half, so probably like 4. So 5 to 6:30, 6:30 to 8. I didn't do that math right, did I? 5 to 6:30, 6:30. Yeah, I did do it right. 6:30 to 8.
Well, that part was right, but you're not going to get.
Still not gonna get 4.
No, you're not going to get anywhere close to 4. In fact, number 3 is pushing it to 9:30, and then you got fireworks.
Which I think 9:30 for fireworks would be fine. I don't know. Do we want to start it? Do we want to start the music at 4? What time do we want to start the music? Let's make that decision right now. What time do we want to start the music?
I thought it was 5, but
So I will say this: we're gonna have to have some downtime so that if the food vendors need to get out and get back in, or if we had to mobilize, like the stage company is gonna hopefully set up the night before, but I'm sure they're gonna have to mobilize back in. So I would hate to like end things right at 3 o'clock and then start music right at 4 and not have some
I don't
period
think
of.
we're ending anything at any time.
Isn't there gonna be a? When are we ending PM?
Nothing.
I mean AM.
We're not.
Three-ish.
It's gonna go right into
So,
the PM stuff.
that's not 100% true. We like the animal exhibit people.
We'll leave.
Yeah, like we envisioned them packing up and clearing out probably at like 4. I don't expect the balloon artist and the and the face painters to be there all through the day. So we just sort of
Oh.
were thinking like 11 to 4-ish would be like the kids' games, the kids' fun zone, because we might also need the real estate. Like, we're looking at getting more adult kind of pre-concert entertainment. We're looking at a photo booth, a step and repeat, like the PM group is. They might need like the area where the hair ladies and the face painters were to sort of set up for the evening portion.
The face painter, both the face painter and the balloon guy both said, because they've done like community events, they both said, have us through like, they were like, don't.
To dark, I remember
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine, but as far as like everything else, like the arts and
Yeah.
crafts and the reptiles,
Yeah,
all
I
of
think
that
all
stuff's
those
gonna be
people
done
can
in
go.
Gotham. Yeah.
I think that's fine, but I think you still, what I don't want to have happen is what happened last year, where we had this, now granted, there was a storm, there was a situation, but we had this giant block of time where
Yeah.
we didn't have anything.
And that shouldn't happen this year for two reasons. One, the PM group has it assigned to them that they need to have a pre-concert entertainment and fun. So they are already they're already getting quotes and looking at things.
But I think the balloon guy, the face painter person, and the dunk tank can stay all day,
That's fine.
because for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think you run that all, like, through the day. And then whatever you got, and the bounce house, and then whatever you, because you're not going to try to break down a bounce house at like 5.
Yeah, the bounce house probably will have.
Because you guys were going to get a bounce house, because we had talked about it, and you guys were going to have one, so we might as well keep the same one.
Yeah.
PM group is
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how
bounce
much overlap do we have now between the AM and the PM group? Because the PM group is tasked with providing
There's
free
definitely a
entertainment,
little bit of overlap. Yeah.
and then this. So I just want to make sure we're not duplicating efforts. Like
Well-
if AM group books a bunch of bounce houses,
PM
my-
group doesn't need to.
then yeah, we just continue that.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
My PM group requested to have joint meetings with you guys every so often, so we'll
Okay.
work that out at one of our, actually, since
You
y'all
mean an
don't.
AM PM group
Yeah,
joint meeting,
yes,
not this
yeah,
group.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, keep it straight.
And
Yeah,
y'all
because,
don't
like,
have,
if we
who's
go
your
out-
group person? Austin?
Me.
And y'all don't have a planned schedule of meetings yet, right?
No.
So y'all can just pony in off of our next meeting, because I've already got ours planned, which is gonna be, the 22nd of November.
It's the day of kids with council.
At what
Okay.
time? Because that's an early dismissal day for school.
I'm off that day, but that's okay. I can figure it out.
And I have an eyebrow appointment at 11. And I have to get
All
an
right,
hour
we'll
to
figure
show
that out.
day.
We'll figure that one out. We can do it December.
So yeah, to your point, yes, there's gonna be
Yeah.
carryover because, for instance, if the PM group is renting like giant or purchasing giant like Connect 4 boards, I'm not gonna be like, we ain't putting them out till 5.
Right.
Like, we'll have them out all day, and if the kids want to play with them too, great. So
Right.
some of the things they do, we will utilize during the daytime
And
because
vice
of common
versa.
sense and vice versa.
Of
So,
course, yeah.
Where did we stand at on when the music's starting?
We haven't.
We
We're,
Okay.
never got
We haven't
Okay.
landed on it. I thought it was around 5, but it can be. I don't. That's just my recommendations. 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock's fine, but I don't know that we should have like an hour. Like, how long do you? I mean, these people probably want to play longer than an hour.
Oh yeah, agreed.
I don't think they're going to be like, oh, an hour? No, okay, we're good. So, I don't even know if 2 hours. If I think an hour and a half would be like perfect. So
Probably.
if they
I mean,
start at 5,
Depends on how
then
many
we
bands you want to squeeze in before a fireworks shoot off at 9:30.
3. That's my trash, but you can have it to write
If
on.
if the fireworks aren't going off until 9:30 and you start at 5, you can squeeze in 3 bands.
Barely.
Barely. That's tight. I mean,
6:30.
they'll be on and
9.
off.
Yeah.
I mean, their set will be like an hour and 15 minutes. And
Yeah,
they'll
they'd
have
have to be off by 6:15. Next band goes on 6:30 to 8,
You're going to be booking it though. That's the only thing. It's 15
and then
minutes
the
enough to
next
set up.
band 8:15 till close. And I'm fine with like the last band of the night being like the most fun, like a 80s cover band or whatever you think people would want to.
Be prepared for that schedule to be delayed for just because of how long it takes for a band to get set up.
I think what we
Well,
need to do
if
is
there's
inquire
smaller
of
local
some bands
we
and
should,
find
it
out.
should be a little simpler.
I just build it in.
So instead of
that's-
starting at 5, what if we start at 4:30 or 4? I'm great with 4.
I think part of
So
it just
4
we also
to
should inquire
5:30,
of
6 to
our
6 to
bands.
8, and 8 to 9:30. That's 30 minutes in between.
4 o'clock?
4 to 5:30,
Yeah.
6 to 7:30,
8 to 9:30.
8 to 9:30.
That's
So
good.
So
3 bands is all we need.
And- Well, let me just mention this because I think what you're getting at is that we're still gonna have to mobilize, like band C, the last one. If we don't expect them to get there at 3 to set up, they're literally just gonna be sitting there for, 4 hours, just standing there until they come up, unless we provide some level of ingress egress for them.
Well, I just have just several questions. Is
You know what I'm saying?
We have a driveway. You
I
know
know.
that big gravel thing that runs right through the middle?
Yeah, I know, but like if we're trying to limit the amount of traffic, just
Well, I know, but we're gonna have vendors in and out. I mean, we're gonna have to, and we're not gonna stop everything that park and be like, okay, everybody get out, and then you guys leave. And I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, we're
Okay.
gonna have some traffic mitigation, like with vendors in and out. And I envision the food truck people being there all day,
so you said 4:30 to 5:30.
4 to 5:30, 6 to 7:30, 8 to 9:30. That gives people half an hour.
I think we
that's
should
good.
leave that somewhat tentative because I have two
Yeah.
questions for the bands. Is
Okay.
number one, how long is this set for you guys? Like what makes it worth your while to come here?
Yep.
Because if it's still not worth it to do an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half or whatever, or if they say, oh yeah, no, an hour is good, then that can change our calculus. The other question, obviously, for any band is how long does it take you to set up?
Yeah.
So, pending feedback from the target bands,
So I like
I'm down with that
I
schedule.
like the sample that you played.
I did too.
I'd like to probably do like a country band in the middle and then end with the 80s band, 80s cover band. What do we think about that?
Perfect.
Sounds good.
So what was the first one? Said?
The first one is
Or
the band
do we want to have like a band that does more like
modern, like current covers?
current covers?
This is one that is pretty popular. It's called the Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they're
just
good.
was looking at them. Where are they based?
I want
out of?
that.
They're not out of here, right?
I don't know, but do y'all like that?
Yes.
I like anything from the 80s.
Me too.
They're pretty popular.
Born in the 80s.
You were born.
I'm aware of. We've all been here.
Chicken.
Okay, so I guess it was Jamie, because that's the only person.
Probably.
I am solid.
Nobody wants any. Bye.
You said 8. So Coconut Groove Band, Breakfast Club, and then what?
Well, we were talking.
Well, I don't know
maybe
about
country
Breakfast Club.
or
It
maybe
depends on where
modern.
they are because they're
Correct.
they're listed on a national website for like.
I'm sending them a request right now.
Okay.
I would. Would you guys rather have like a current cover as like the end, or like? Listen, we did country last year. I don't care.
I mean,
Who do we think is going to stay to the end? If it's all age group, then 80s is going to get everybody rocking. If we're talking about, like, my kids listen to the radio, I know like 8 songs. And that's it. And I could do without probably 4 of them.
I don't care.
Jen's hot
I
take
don't
for the
care.
day.
I love the
I've already
ideas
run
of
my
like 80s coconut and then like current stuff.
80s
I'm a-
what?
What do you have against country, Kim?
I don't like country music.
It stopped for me early 2000s. That was the cutoff.
I've never liked it. We had it last year. That's all they did, and that's not my jam. But that's just me.
I'm in that camp with you, but
But I'm okay if you want to do like coconut groove country and then like an 80s thing.
What's
I'm
coconut?
good with that.
That's
that
the
was that
sample
beachy one.
she
She was
played.
The beat
sample
was
she
Mexico. Mexico. It's more like beach music, like Jimmy Buffett.
What's the demographic for beach music?
Pretty much everyone at both ends of this table were hip to it. I mean, if it's the thing that starts off, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
And if there's country in there, if it's limited, the whole idea.
Like I want a Jimmy Buffett at 5 o'clock somewhere at 5 o'clock. Like,
Little margarita.
come on now, yeah.
That should be for the
Give me
coconut
some
Grove people.
volcano, little cheeseburger in paradise. Hell
But no, my
yeah.
point is, and it actually wasn't meant to be derogatory, but that any style
don't
of music is
care.
acceptable because that's the whole point of having multiple bands.
Yes, exactly. I agree with that. I don't care. You know I don't care. That's not the worst thing I've ever said on tape. Won't be the worst coming up either. Okay, so are we good with bands? Jesus, I'm getting hungry and I'm getting a little feisty, so.
So so Coconut Groove, Breakfast Club, and then a top 40.
No.
Or what?
Country.
Country.
Beach music, then country, then the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Or really whatever,
Or
Bands-
slash 80s band.
Yeah,
or
whatever.
band comes up that people think will be interesting
Okay.
and willing.
Okay, 2 to 3 stage quotes. That hasn't happened yet. Stage vendor hasn't happened yet. Yard activities.
they're working on
Yeah,
that.
I got stuff, and I was just gonna go ahead and order it if y'all are good with it. Let me just mention it real quick.
This stuff we
Um,
don't.
Yes. So checkers, giant checkers and chess. I'm gonna give you the dimensions because it doesn't look that big to me. I say I am.
I think people
Four
be
by
prepared
hang on.
for this meeting.
4x4 canvas. I literally just got this yesterday.
I'm just kidding.
4x4.
4x4 canvas.
4x4 is like this, right?
That's tiny.
4 foot
4
by
feet.
4 foot.
That's
It's
like
still
less
like
than me.
this.
It's
Yeah.
not.
It's pretty small.
So y'all want something bigger?
4 foot by 4 foot is about one of these table sections. Take away.
I'm okay with that size, but you're gonna need to get multiples of
Yeah.
those.
Okay.
I want a big
We had
chess
planned
set.
on
I
getting
want that.
4. Are y'all good with that?
Yep.
4
crochet.
chess, 4 checkerboards.
Yeah.
It's
want
probably
more?
the least. It's probably the least fun game we'll have.
Okay, well, we got tic-tac-toe as well.
Wow.
You want to get 4 tic-tac-toes?
Oh, what you
I just
got
think
against checkers?
I want chess.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
agree with you.
I'm just thinking like, where are we gonna store all these also? But if we're doing 4
In the
tic-tac-toes,
storage shed that we're gonna
4
get
Connect
eventually.
Fours, 4 chess and checkers, 4 Jengas, like I don't know what we're buying, but it just seems like a lot to set up with everything we already have going on at the park that day. I'd rather do like, I'd honestly rather do like one of each, and if it's busy, come back or stand in line. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and just have there's a
God, you're
rotating.
brutal.
I mean, the storage
You know
the
what?
storage question is a
I'll own
is a
it.
good point.
I mean, I would
don't know why I'm
consider,
here.
Just random.
because we're also gonna have cornhole, so we'll have cornhole, Connect Four.
All right, are y'all
We're,
good? with-
we're probably. Oh, okay, never mind.
I would say cornhole, Connect 4, checkers, giant Jenga.
One of each.
Possibly giant Jenga. We're not really sure about that.
You need hard hats.
But the
Love giant Jenga.
Connect Four, yes.
But at least, I mean, yeah, I'm with you.
Hunter's looking at a putt course. I just feel like we're gonna have enough stuff
Of course he
that
does.
Croquet.
we don't need multiple of the same thing. I don't think.
All right, so are y'all good with me ordering one of checkers, one of tic-tac-toe?
You haven't told me how much they are.
$40.
That's
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's the right size?
What's the tic-tac-toe look like?
Surprisingly cheap.
Oh, gotcha.
It's just like a little mat that you roll out.
It's like
Gotcha.
twister mat. It's like the twister mat.
Is that reversible? Is that what that is? Is it 2 in 1?
Twister could be
I don't know. Honestly. Okay, it's 2 in 1. Yes,
Twister would be
you're right.
good, right?
Yes.
It's 2
Yes,
in 1.
yeah.
Okay.
You can do
So
that
y'all
after you
good?
get out of the dunk tank.
All right, and then there's the giant. What is this? Connect 4?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's $200, and it is dimension wise. It's 46 by 17 by 46.
17 feet by 46 feet. That's
17
big.
inches.
46 inches. That's not that big.
It's
That's
really
Well, you
not.
want
That's
kids to be
almost
able to
4
reach
feet.
up to put
Oh.
the things in the top.
Oh yeah.
Can't
But
have it too
17
tall.
inches
It's
doesn't
about-
Step stools.
It's about like chest high, basically.
Whose chest? Mine or yours?
Mine.
All right, so
I'm just saying I'm taller than she is.
I'd be okay with 2 of those because those are popular.
All right.
Oh. Jill thinks we should get 2 of those.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Apparently, Jill's in charge at $200 a pop instead of $40.
That's
She only
just
wants
my
one.
opinion. That's why y'all are here to give your own.
All right.
You guys don't listen to mine, so it doesn't matter what I say.
2. Are y'all good with 2?
Sure.
I like to Connect 4.
All right, and then the next question is cornhole boards. I think we have 2 boards currently. Do y'all want us to order a couple of customized ones where we'd have our new logo on them?
That's
Yes.
pretty sexy.
Yeah.
How much are they?
Ooh, we could also
$300.
have them in
For
our
a set?
swag store.
The swag
You could
store.
sell
Oh, that's a
cornhole
good
ones.
idea.
We could sell cornhole bags.
That's actually a good idea.
Can I seriously run the swag shop? Like
Yes.
inside the barn,
Yes.
be decked out?
We're not gonna
Yes.
have cornhole boards inside the barn. No, that's too
We'll
much
have to-
money.
we'll-
I know.
We'll
have
put
to
it
wait
for
until-
sale.
Sale.
I'm just
We
having
have to
fun.
take orders for them.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just having fun with this, y'all.
How many do you want of these?
2.
2 sets.
2 custom.
Yeah, because we'll use them over and over and over
Okay.
at like every event.
Um,
Especially if you want to do ribbon cuttings at every trail opening, we can throw them on the ground and whatever.
We're doing ribbon cutting at every trail opening.
Well, just a simple thing with staff, not like a big thing.
Oh, so you guys are gonna do a ribbon cutting and then
Or
play
shoes.
cornhole?
No.
It'll
I
be a
just do
running
one time. I don't
championship.
know. Ring toss.
I must think that would be a.
It took me a minute to realize what I was looking at there.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I like the custom ring toss. It's $50. That's it for a set. I would do 2 of those.
I say no on this because I could see my son taking them little things and blinking them.
What is this?
Have we?
I don't know what that is.
This looks like a modified version.
You said
of
2 of
darts or
these?
something?
Jill
Yeah.
did.
I like the ringtone.
Jill's in charge apparently.
2 of them.
And if it has logos on it, I can solve the
Excuse me.
battery.
You know what? I am in charge. Look at that right there. Right
All right, I'm ordering 2. Are y'all okay with not doing this?
I don't even know what it is. I'm good.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
How do we feel about ordering like potato sacks for like potato sack races for kids
No.
and stuff? You think that's like got broken
Hey, how many
ankle written all
cornhole
over
things
it?
do we have?
Yeah, that has injury written.
And you've got to have like a
Moderator.
course set up, and yeah, too many people will be trying to run into each other and knock people over. Did you just watch Real Housewives of Potomac and saw that, and that's why you said it?
No.
No.
Okay.
We could have a bunch
So-
of twine and let people do 3-legged races.
So on the other yard activities, hang on. Let me see where I am.
I got quote on putt-putt.
Yeah, I'll have that back at the next meeting.
I mean, all this is banned, and you guys haven't done anything with it.
Yes, they did. Stop.
They haven't done anything. Coordinate with school on potential athletic event and marching band color guard.
That's a no go.
Okay, we'll just get rid of that then.
Yeah.
Why is it on the list?
I hadn't updated it yet.
Where's that?
Um,
Where is that?
Are you gonna get a
Right
balloon
below.
artist and face paint quote?
No, I'm just gonna use yours.
Okay. Well, that's
Um,
Jamie anyway. Did she get any?
No, we
No.
told her not to because we
Okay.
knew. Because you told me that you were already doing it.
Okay. Derek reached out to the field owner.
Yeah,
Apparently you knew him.
I did.
That's what it says he knows.
Well,
he
listen,
knows how to get up with them.
Hey, here. Oh. So I just got a text that said, "Don't be poking the bear." And I said, like, well, who aggravated him? Was it a former mayor? I didn't do it. He said it's the landowner. She's the one that calls the shots. Larry, the guy that I talked to, wouldn't care. But
Just so you know. Okay.
so maybe what I'm saying is maybe there's a council member or someone with influence that would like to reach out to the landowner who is because this is like 600 acres of Hopewell Farms, and have and try to have a conversation and rebuild this relationship. So evidently the person I was talking to is just an overseer, a manager of the property.
Sounds like he has some insider info though. If he was that adamant, like, nope, not interested, never will be. Don't call again. It's like, whoa.
So
Yeah,
who's
Derek
that?
said when he asked, who is we, he said, well, it's me. So,
Right. But why would he speak for the property owner if he's just like the manager?
So he's not the owner, Derek?
No.
seems not, but it's all
And
a
I
little
think-
weird.
I think we maybe bring Ed Swan in too, because he's talked to them in the past about using that for something, or he knows the guy.
Can you take care of that? Okay.
Can you get up with Ed and then get up with Joe and then just make Joe do it? He's the mayor. He doesn't get a vote. This is what we pay him for.
All right. The preliminary site map, we're holding off on that because we're trying to get a couple things solidified. So I'll have that at the next meeting.
Cedar Hill Pony Ranch.
Yeah, I need to assign that. I haven't assigned that yet, so I'll come back to y'all on that. We are looking at getting an alcohol truck for the night of, and wanted to bring it up to you all to see if you were interested.
Wow.
I think wine and beer would
Yeah,
be
no liquor.
would be less.
How's our insurance feel about that?
We would just pony
Um,
off of the license and permit of the vendor, so they would be responsible for it.
They would add us to their policy.
Yeah.
We do have a liquor liability also that you added this year, right?
I don't know if I added it, but we can. It's
I
not a
thought you
huge
did because of the
endorsement.
liquor code.
Oh yeah, I probably did then.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
But I think beer and wine would make an easier permitting process with the county and ABC people.
Wow, Marvin allows liquor.
How do y'all feel about it?
I like food.
I like alcohol.
Can you bring this up at the council level too to make sure they're okay with it? If I can just get a recommendation from this group as to if y'all.
I'm good with
I mean,
it.
I like it, I just, as
good
just
with it.
mentioned, there are liability issues.
I mean, Waxhaw had one at the Pups and Pints event. They had like a wine slushy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like a food truck.
it a
It was
frosé?
like yeah, it was like a
Oh, that's cool.
tent.
Yeah.
Just a 10 by 10 tent. And then they had a 10 by 10 tent, and that one was actually Jekyll and Hyde because they're opening a restaurant in Waxhaw. So they were there early, and they had this
Where-
like keg thingy with 5 different beers on it.
But
So
that's really cool.
Where's your music stage gonna be?
okay, that's a great question, Derek, because they are recommending that it be where you have the movie screen for movie night. But I'm not sure if that would allow enough seating.
So my question was gonna be, could the alcohol be limited to a certain area?
Oh, like a beer garden.
Mhm.
Like
That's a
you
good
can't-
idea.
I mean, because you go to Waxhaw, they rope off the area by the brewery, and you can't leave that area with alcohol in hands.
Yeah, that's
Thanks
a
for
good
sharing.
point because
I don't know if that helps
It
us
wasn't
liability
like that.
wise, or
it wasn't like that in Pups and Pints, but that does bring up a good point because
there's probably different permits and stuff, you know, for
Right.
various events. If it's a pints event,
I mean I don't want like I don't know that I want to like an alcohol area where that's like 21 only and like if you're with your kids you can't get a drink because you have to stay in there
Mm-hmm.
and drink
I
in
agree.
there.
And your kids
And your
can't come
kids
in
are
there.
running wild and they can't come with you. But I also, with such a big park, I'm hesitant to be like, anybody can walk up who's 21 and buy a drink and then hand it off to their 15-year-old girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you kind of just run that risk. So actually, I used to live in a town called Half Moon Bay, and it's world famous for the Half Moon Bay Pumpkin Festival, which was a wine festival. In fact, the town of Half Moon Bay sold commemorative glasses with the town's logo on it, wine glasses. I have like 8 of them, from different years, and it was just an open thing. I mean, you had your little commemorative wine glass, you had your glass of wine, you strolled the vendor booths, you walked through all the town, and as far as I know, we never had problems.
well, I'm sure you probably have to wear like a wristband. So if you see somebody
Exactly,
holding
yeah,
an
no,
alcohol
no,
drink and they don't have
That's a good
wristband,
idea. Let's
we
do
just
the
went to the
wristband.
Renaissance Festival, and it's you had a 1 drink purchase limit at a time.
Mhm.
All you had to do was show your ID, and that was it.
What if
They didn't- I could have passed off the beer. I didn't have a wristband.
Yeah.
What if we did a
So I think
wristband
it's-
situation?
But still, it doesn't prevent you from passing it off to a minor.
No, but like then
But
if
if
somebody
somebody's walking around with a
minor
beer
with a and
that
they don't
doesn't have a wristband on, then I'll be like, what the fuck are you, what the fork are you doing? I told you it wasn't gonna be the worst thing
We need
that
a
I
time
said.
delay and a
It's
button.
just an additional layer of
Protection.
monitoring. Well, no, so who's going to monitor that?
Oh,
will.
I would make the alcohol.
Once I get out of the
beer
dump
vendor
tank,
do
I
it.
will.
You get a hat.
I'll get my hard hat.
I think we can also ask these vendors, like, what do
What
you
they do,
recommend?
yeah.
What do you recommend?
Is this
Yeah,
like a
I'm
beer
sure
garden,
they've
or
done
what
it
are you guys
before,
thinking?
but
no.
What's the format? There's like a beer garden?
Not a beer garden because
I love Jill's point that
kids.
we don't.
and-
Yeah, I mean, if you have kids with you, you don't want to. You're going to need a drink, right? So like, you know,
And
you
I don't
shouldn't
want
be
to
kept out.
I don't want to be the mom that leaves my kids alone at the bounce house
Right.
while I go drink in a beer garden because they
Right.
can't come with me.
And I like the idea of having alcohol because that just leads to people feeling good about the event, right? You know, I mean, you get a little.
I'm great with the
All right,
alcohol.
I'll bring it up to
back
council.
I want a
Sippy
slushy,
sip.
wine slushy.
So
right, what else
can
you
you
got?
bring that up at the next briefing?
When is the next one?
Whenever the next council meeting is. I
November
think,
14th.
Monday, November 14th.
Oh, you guys are lucky. Just get back into town. I will be refreshed and hungover and ready.
see. Oh, another idea that our group
Fresh
had
hungover.
last
Ready.
night
All
was, or
mutually
yesterday, was having a cornhole tournament where you bring your own board.
No.
I think
That's
your
way too
point of
much.
real estate is going to play into where we're going to put it. So I
That's
just wanted to
way
bring it
too
to y'all to
much.
see where.
No, if we're getting cornhole boards, I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
that's what you get.
I
That's
know.
your cornhole.
I think that could be like a fun one-off event to like throw at the park one day if we wanted to.
Like whoever does like an art, art in the park kind of thing.
Yeah, I think didn't we discuss the logistical headaches of a cornhole tournament last year?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
you could have the ACH headquarters is in Rock Hill. you know, they could come and set up a display, and it could just be one board, and you know, take a stab at throwing it in the hole and win a prize or something.
Whenever you stepped out, we're gonna order 2 more boards in addition to the ones that we have that have our new logo on them.
Okay.
So we'll just set them up and
Well,
they
we just
can.
need to replace, if we're gonna go that way, we just need to replace the ones we have then,
Okay.
because they're homemade.
Okay,
And 2 Connect 4 boards.
So maybe order
and
4
2
instead of 2.
checkers and tic
I'll
tac
just order
toe.
2. We'll be fine.
And 2 ring toss.
We don't need 4.
But they're not that big.
Just so I make a note of this, did y'all say there was not going to be any downtime at all?
No downtime. Keep
Okay.
going.
That,
Okay.
yes and no. Like, there will still be.
Oh, okay, Hunter. Yes and no.
There will be some downtime depending on, like, yes, the face painter person is still going to be there. The games are going to be out on the lawn all day. But, like, as far as programming,
Okay.
until
Okay.
until the first band starts, if we.
When's the last set
Some
of?
things will be continuous, but some
I
people
mean,
will have to leave.
disc golf's
Okay.
probably gonna go till 5, hopefully. I mean, probably the animal people probably will wrap up around 3 or 4, but if we have somebody starting at 4, I don't think there's gonna be much downtime.
Okay. So the last thing that I had from my group is I was supposed to get you all stage quotes to make a decision on today. I asked them to make sure they get that done by the next meeting. They had inquired about like the sizing, and I told them to use the same size as what we did last year. Lights, same kind of setup that we had last year, unless y'all think otherwise.
And where are we putting this?
Less collapsible.
I don't know.
Where are we gonna put the stage?
Yeah, I think the PM group would make a recommendation, and then our other facilities, parking and logistics would have to sign off on it.
So
Well, if you
there's
were
an
concerned about this seating for that, you could put the stage across the street on the big field, and it's a little flatter and 4 times as big.
I think that's where the stage should go.
That's what I was thinking, but then I was like, okay,
So
what?
the music
Across the
stage is
driveway.
over here, and then barn events, activities are over here, so.
Because we already talked about the puppies and all
you
that
can
stuff
still
being
see
down
it
by
and hear
the
it,
picnic
but
shelter.
it's across the street.
So I guess where we're currently doing movies is where we would do face painting, balloon animal, and all the kid-friendly stuff
Where's the
and
bounce house
games
gonna
and
go?
stuff.
where?
Or just right across the street on the big field.
Big field there.
The bounce house
Oh,
could
okay.
go on that field as well, if we break it down before the concert starts.
Not gonna break it. I don't think we're gonna have time to break it down.
I mean, you just deflate it and carry it out, or just deflate it.
They're heavy.
They're heavier
But
than
you're
you
not
have.
moving it.
They're really heavy.
You could do the back parking lot for bounce houses.
Oh,
That's
there you
true,
go.
'cause we don't
Perfect, because
need
we're not gonna
parking.
need parking.
Is
Yeah, I always said that was the point
the
of
fallout
offloading the parking.
the fallout from the fireworks going to be a problem?
Depends on where you shoot them off from. You saw his email, right?
Yeah, I got your email.
I was wondering about that. I was going to actually bring that up until you mentioned it yesterday. I was like, are we worried about the wildlife and the pond and all the debris from the fireworks? But then I assume when you say fallout,
I
that's
would
what you're
say
talking
yes.
about. Okay.
Are we worried about Walden Pond?
I am.
Yeah.
I would
I don't want to
maybe-
get sued by that.
Here's an
neighbor.
email
I would maybe look
that-
at like not having fireworks.
Maybe the property owner who won't let us park will let us shoot fireworks off there instead.
Here's an
Let's
email
ask her
that
how she
Derek
feels about that.
Derek summarized with his meeting with the firework guy. He's got some concerns. One, the debris. He said that the debris could end up in the pond, which is not ours. Rope it off. They would need 300 feet of rope in the area in each direction, which limits him as to where he can go without eating up our parking space. I was thinking of using the back parking lot, but that means we would need to have the parking lot roped off, limiting usable park space at the actual event, which we already knows. But I know he has to be a certain feet away from facility space. And that back parking lot maybe, unless you're putting him in the way back,
I mean, I
it
wanted
would be close.
when we first said the park, my thought was he's right down by the picnic shelter over the water. I didn't know he needed that much space. So we talked
Yeah.
about, you move him back just a little bit, but then that 300 feet goes from the very back parking lot, like all the way up to our driveway of the shop. And so
Okay,
you're cutting the park in half at that point. granted, you have the most appealing side of it, but
Where else can we shoot them off?
That field
Where you
by
can,
the
where
fire
you can see
department,
them. No, they're not an option. Where you would be able to see them from Eford.
but that's what
I
I'm saying. I'm
swear they
thinking.
were high
if we shoot
enough
'em off
last
here?
year that you shot them off the same spot and you could see them, but, I mean, those things were massive.
We need to talk to you. You're on our list, Ed. It's a good list.
Run,
though.
run away.
God,
It's a good list.
So,
Who should run from
okay,
the airport?
you need me to come back?
yeah, if you don't mind.
Well,
You can go talk to him now, Derek.
Is that landing strip too far away?
Not for fireworks.
Which airport?
There's a landing
landing
strip, a
strip?
private landing strip just outside of Marvin. It's in our annexation area.
I know where it is.
What road?
It's off of New
It's
Town.
off Crane Road.
It's just,
off of Crane Road.
it's
Oh, I see.
less than half a mile
Hops,
north
no.
of Crane,
That's
Newtown
possible.
intersection.
But how does he think we're we
Yeah,
clearly
be-
visible?
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I mean, I would defer to the fireworks dude, because I don't know how high he's setting them off, but I would think so.
But
That'd
I
be a
mean,
good.
who owns that? Who do we get permission from to do that there?
We'd have to get property owner the same way we did with the property owner next to the high school.
Well, what about the property owner next to the high school? G Lover. G Lover.
Yeah, she would.
I know, but I'm saying, can you see it from there?
Let me look. That's a little
The
bit
airstrip
away.
is a lot closer than
Yeah.
the high school, but
That'd be a good opportunity to build a relationship with those people because I don't think we've ever dealt with them in any capacity at the village.
we have to make sure that it worked really smoothly.
Where's G Lover?
Well, I would like to not promote fireworks
No, that's
until we figure
Publix.
this out.
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
agree.
I want to remove it
it's
from.
that way. There's the high school.
We'll have to redo this.
Stop.
We'll have to redo the fireworks on their brand.
Well, and then there's also this huge
Okay,
stuff
look.
on the
There's the
opposite
high school.
side of the pond.
Which property was hers?
Over here. Right there.
Right here?
Right here.
I mean, I don't know
Right
who
there?
owns all that
Okay,
stuff.
look. Hang on. Where's the park? Where'd the park go?
It's pretty far. I don't
So
know.
who
about
owns
that.
all of that?
That's you.
So
Oh.
the-
Where's
That's
the
just on the
damn
other side
park?
of the pond.
There's our
that's Warren
park there.
Pond. Let's
Hang
see.
It's
on.
probably the
That's
same
the
owner that owns the
reserve.
parking
So
lot.
this is private property, so this is possible.
It's
Yeah,
there
right?
to there.
I mean, it just depends on whether
Do we-
a landowner would be like, yeah, okay,
Let me
you
pull
can
up
use my stuff.
GIS. This would be a good
They
spot.
could rent it.
Oh, okay.
If I had a big
Does
field,
he
I'd
have
rent it
contact
to you
with
to
that owner?
fire off fireworks.
same one I have, but he's got a better communication.
Oh, okay.
There's your piece of land.
He's gonna feel it
It's
out.
some sort of trust. It's a big. There's a big parcel just beyond the park here.
It's on the
When
other
is
side
he
of the
doing
pond.
So there-
Where? Where's the park? Show me where the park.
We're the park here. There's the pond, Walden Pond. There's a
Yeah.
big parcel right here. It's not a trusteeship.
How do you get to it?
It's accessible off of Crane Road.
Is it?
Yeah,
You saw.
I forgot I was on your phone.
Yeah, that's all right.
Joel's email
So
back.
I was looking
Oh,
at
there
this
you
big
go.
blank
Okay.
space, and there's this little driveway thing that goes to nowhere, and it's right. That's the park. It's right across the
Hold
pond.
on. Hold on.
It'd be
Let
close.
me, let me get acclimated here.
One good
Oh, I
thing.
know right where that road is.
One good thing
Oh, that
about
would
it
be
is
great.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
it would keep the debris out of Walden Pond. So
That would be huge. Okay, so let's put
It
that,
might-
Christina. We're gonna put you on that.
It might technically even be accessible from Walden Pond Lane too.
the site address. You want the site address?
Yeah.
Site address is 2321 Crane Road. Do you want their
2321.
Do you want their mailing address?
Yeah.
Mailing address is 2317 Crane Road.
Who's
This
the,
would
who's the
piss
owner?
the people off.
It says
in Walden
it
Pond,
says
but
the owner is
maybe we could park there,
Paul Hattenhauer.
Spell that.
HATTEN
I mean, it's all the Walden Pond
HAUER.
community, but so they would be
Okay, that's it.
not happy.
That's the
Wax
owner.
off.
If you were to
He's a
park in that
co-trustee.
field,
Waxaw.
You've
Yeah.
got.
Okay. What's the
You
zip?
could go back out Crane.
It's 28173.
You might even be able to access. I don't know if there's.
There's a second owner. Do you want the other owner too?
No.
They're like two
But
trustees.
even if you have to go back out to Crane,
Same address?
you could park there.
Yeah, there's one address listed. The other guy is Clyde Yarborough.
But we need the 300 feet all around for the fireworks. I'd rather use that for fireworks and. stick
Yeah,
with
but that's a
parking lots.
huge parcel. You could do both.
You think?
Okay.
Again,
If
another opportunity
they
to build a
want-
relationship with property owner that's not in Marvin.
There we
so
go.
I like it.
Okay.
Derek, you were asking me if I received the email back from him.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read you his response. He's got 2 preliminary site maps for a better safety location. I actually haven't pulled these up yet. Does somebody want to go give me some food? Where he's identified better areas
No.
at the park. Why don't I reach out to this guy and I'll bring this email back to you all if we can't come to a resolution.
No, I can't eat any of that.
Come to a
That's not
resolution
on my-
with
that's
the
not on
property
my
I
diet.
just identified.
Okay,
Does that sound good?
sounds good.
Okay. Other than that, that's it for my group.
Okay. All right. I have this list. I have this one. It doesn't have anybody at the top.
What is it?
Creation of promotional schedule,
Oh,
I think that's just general
promotional
for-
content, determine law enforcement needs. That's us.
what tab is that on?
Oh, hang on. Sorry. I do have one more thing. Sorry. Can you go back?
Oh, I see.
Photo booth.
Okay.
They got 2 quotes, and I have not looked at these as of literally just got them yesterday afternoon late. Valentine booth and then QC booth. They have these little selfie booths, and it looks like it's anywhere from $825 for a 4-hour package to $1,500 for a 5-hour package.
I thought my stuff was expensive.
There's another one for $1,000. So basically, we're looking at roughly $1,000 for a photo booth. If you want to do like a 4-hour.
Is that like one that just gives you like a printout instantly?
Yeah.
Or you just
Yeah,
do the
I know you
photographer?
can't see it. From
Why would do the free photographer who wants to come to all of our events?
Well, we've already hired a photographer.
No, this is different.
Oh, that's right, the thing you were telling me about. I think Jill also had an idea where we could set up like a.
Can we just get some of those cutouts you put your face in and people can take their own pictures?
Yeah,
the
like
farmer?
like something like this. I mean, we would obviously just
Step and
pick something
repeat.
better out, but
I have a gray one
Backdrops.
that was an alligator and my daughter's head looks like it's an alligator.
you could probably even order something off of your Canva, like little pull-out things.
Step and repeat.
Yeah, I think we can do a cool photo area, much cheaper doing it ourselves than having a photographer do it for free for us.
Okay, so no go on the photo booth.
Yeah, I think
Is everyone
so.
in agreement?
I'd
Not
rather,
right.
Okay.
I'd rather reallocate
Yes,
that
okay, so
money
you've got a similar one.
because the photographers will do it for free because they get to market themselves and
Okay. All right, anything else for you? Okay, so this task, you got this tab?
I found this tab, this hidden tab.
Okay.
I wish I never found.
Promotional schedule, promotional content, law enforcement needs, that's us.
It's on a hidden tab.
Do we know what our law
It
enforcement
was
needs
hidden.
are?
And now I want to cry a little bit, but that's okay. No, we don't know law enforcement needs
Okay,
yet. That needs
that's
to
fine.
go way out.
Union County LEO, communicate plans, Christina, that's to you. Off-duty reserve,
I'll take
that's
care
you.
of
IAP, photographer quotes and select
She
vendor.
already did that.
Okay. Facilities, MES,
We're
MR, that's you, Austin.
I did that.
Yeah, we're
So
done.
let's change that and change the date.
You can just remove it because it's on my
Okay, that's fine.
It's on a different tab.
Okay, sponsor package and management plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've already done that.
Sponsor sheet and logo submittals, we've done that.
I did that.
Firethorns reserved and coordinated, I've done that. Firethorn send details of event scheduling.
You already sent me that.
Oh, I see, I already sent you that.
I mean,
T-shirt
enough of
order
it.
quantities. Ooh.
That's at the December meeting.
Okay, quantities, okay. Color, T-shirt design, okay. Logo, have we gotten any submittals?
No,
Sugar bridges. Okay,
just yours.
Kim's gonna win.
If I'm the only one, do I win?
No,
Why
you're
not?
disqualified.
Why?
I'm waiting for one of Derek's daughters to submit one.
I like mine.
So you come back.
That's crap.
Can I have one of my kids submit them? And
Sure.
are they
I mean, listen, I'll
disqualified?
take whatever I can get. I'll have my own kids make one.
I
Yeah,
made
okay.
one. Jeez. Okay, Firethorn
Yours
about
is part of
artist
a stick
display.
figure
That's
flipping the
done.
bird.
Did I flip the bird?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't think I did that. Assist car folks, you can get rid of that one. Firethorn artists, they're good about that. Create art display package.
That's-
Rules, that's you, Jen.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. And that's just what we were talking about with the getting the addresses, creating a map, securing the bios.
No, that's two different things. That's more of a communication piece. This is more of, hey, artist, here's the spaces that you have available. Here's your things. Like you
So you
can't.
Oh, the
hang
map
stuff
of
on
the
wall.
map of,
Your-
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All
Yes,
done?
okay, art display pack, yes, okay, the word display was the key thing there, okay. I will have a floor plan, as I gather my interest list, I'll be surveying, like, do you also wanna display here? My plan is not really to let them choose per se, but to sort of assign based on what they create. Like, if there are people who have like, 8x8 canvases, they need a big space. If they do
We're
pottery,
thinking
they
the
need a
community
table.
Yep.
So,
We'll utilize the community room for that definitely.
yeah.
And okay, so with that being said, come back to what Kat came to talk to council about having stuff. Has she presented anything with quotes and prices? Because if we're gonna invest in something like that, then we're
What's
gonna
Kat
have
proposing? I
for
haven't heard
this.
about this.
Do you know who she is?
Yes,
Kat-
I know
okay.
I have not met Kat.
So if you
But I know
want
who she
to
is.
contact
probably
her,
call her.
yeah.
No, she's actually on my list of
Perfect.
people that I
She-
need to.
She wants to do like a live exhibit here, so people in Marvin can put some of their artwork and display it.
Yes.
And our council said they're open to the idea, and I asked her to get like basically what she wanted to
So
display
she's
those
talking.
items.
It's kind of the same thing we're talking about for
Yeah.
this Friday
A
night
more
thing,
permanent standpoint.
but a permanent.
Yeah.
More like
Perfect. Yes.
So if you want to get with
Compact
her
display cases.
and just figure out what
I will.
she needs, so we can
And
pair the
that
two
will
together.
help, yes, because I don't want to duplicate, like, if we need it for permanent, then, and we need it for Marvin Day, then we're gonna have it, and,
Right, because originally when I had talked to you,
Yeah.
we were just brainstorming,
Yes.
and I mentioned, we could invest in some
Yes.
display.
and she's talking about this,
Stuff.
so, yeah.
But then it was like, well, for Marvin Day, we can just use what we've got, and the artists can bring in their own easels and
Yes.
things like that. But if council is open to
Correct.
hosting local artists on a more permanent display, then
And we
yes.
are, but she was gonna put together a plan, so it may,
Okay, cool.
yes, okay.
I will get with Kat.
All right, so, do we want to go over what each of us, not each of us, because that would be a long list. It's
Yeah.
okay, Jill, take a breath.
No,
It's
no, I'm
okay.
saying like there are so many.
You're good, you're
But I'm
fine.
doing shorthand, so
Yeah.
like to repeat it back to you.
No,
right
no,
now
you're
would
fine.
Sound like I'm
No,
drunk.
no, we're good. Okay, so does everybody know what they need to do for the next meeting, which will be in a month?
Well, I'll probably send this out once I update it, and it doesn't look like gibberish.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You can send it out, but we still know what we all need to do.
Yeah, I think
And
we each
we're
know
gonna-
our
I think so. The
individual.
only
Meet in
question
about a
mark
month?
I have is, I would rather this subcommittee not take responsibility for the bands. So I'm hoping we can push it back.
No, I don't want
Unless-
to take responsibility for the
Unless it's
band, that's
already
you
on
guys.
PM, but like, I do like the Coconut Grove.
When you say responsibility, what do you mean?
Like, I
Getting
wasn't
them.
sure if the subcommittee's gonna find the 80s band and
Oh
the
no,
country band.
we're
if
doing
you
that.
guys
We just
will.
wanted the recommendations.
Perfect. And then I have on here, talk to Coconut Groove or Grove, whatever, to see if they're available. And then to
That's-
your point,
that's
I'll do
them.
that.
yeah, no, I'm just, I
Okay.
wanna make sure that I have everything down.
Oh, okay.
But also, we need to ask them what their set time is, how long they want
Yes.
to play for. And,
Set time and set up time, yeah.
yeah,
Are you paying attention?
Yeah, set
You
time
sure?
is breakdown. And
Okay,
it'll be on
Set
there
time.
anyway. I just
Okay.
need to know whose chart to put it on. 'Cause
put it
right now
on
it's just
Christina's. Okay, anything else?
Alright, so then the last clarification is I am no longer really on the AM committee, I am now on the Friday night committee, and we need to set up our own little meetings
And
to
Friday
work
morning.
Do you still
on-
want to be on the AM committee?
No, you're still on the AM committee.
I'm on both. That's
Yeah.
fine, too.
We're gonna keep you on
We just
both.
get to spend more time.
And this one. But that, yeah, okay. Good?
Good.
Okay, do we want to, I know when we have our next meeting, because it's a standing meeting after our Park Rec and Greenway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we, okay, so we're good. Okay. We're not gonna go over our action item list, we just kinda did that.
Should
that
we
whole
just like
meeting was
take
an
this section
accident.
off? Because I think that's kind of what we do every
Yeah.
meeting. So I'll take
You
that
can
off.
just take that
Kind
off.
of the
Alright,
end of the meeting. Okay.
so does anybody have anything else they wanna say?
Well,
Speak
you
now
just
or
have to look
forever.
at the flyer
Oh, let's
and
look at
tell
the
me what you
flyer.
think.
Yes, the flyer. I like the flyer.
Flyer.
This,
Nope, everybody hates the flyer if I
Hate
like
the
it.
flyer. Hate it.
it's fine. I want to take fireworks off. I don't feel comfortable having it on there until we're for certain that we're gonna be able to do them and we have a site and all that
And then
stuff.
you can add them back.
I can add them back.
Sure.
Um,
Well, are we putting this out now?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Okay.
But-
I have sponsors asking me for like, what's gonna happen? What's going on?
Okay, the other thing is, we're probably gonna redo this once the branding's done. We have the official fonts and
That's
official
fine.
colors.
And
We
the-
wanna
and the new
kinda-
Marvin Day
We want
logo.
to put it out early, but do we want to wait and be consistent and
Yes.
coherent and wait until we have the logo
Shut
branding?
up, Jen. Yes.
Sorry.
We
Can not just
also,
change it a little bit?
no.
Yeah, but then it's inconsistent.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
wanna
be-
it
yeah.
just looks disorganized. Not that anybody's tracking it.
Well, there can be a difference between the flyer that you take to potential sponsors and the one that we push out to the community. They can be
This
two
is true.
different flyers.
Absolutely.
So
But
if
you
this,
would expect
if this
the
helps
look
the
of it to-
sponsor, if this helps
That
the
will help
sponsor,
the
and we can put at
sponsor.
the bottom, you know, learn more about sponsoring, and then it can take them
Yes.
to the sponsorship page,
Okay.
and y'all can have at it and
That
pass them
would,
out
that
all
would
the
help
time.
me. Can we add, cause we are gonna have something at Village Hall.
Yes,
that's
but it's
just the
June
one day.
2nd,
Okay.
And so I just,
Okay, that's fine.
I'd rather that be on the website than to confuse
Can you-
people.
Can you learn more about sponsorship at, and then
Yeah,
change
that's
that
what
and
I'm
then
saying.
send it to me?
This
No,
right
thank
here
you.
is not our correct
I know,
URL. It doesn't work.
It's going to be.
Okay, just making sure.
One thing you
we're
could
gonna
do
make it-
on the sponsor one is you could put seeking sponsors for fireworks, and that would kind of be a distinction, and maybe someone would pick up and want to give us one of the silver or the platinum donations, which is what, $10,000.
Like put it on the flyer.
7,500.
Oh. Oh, I see
Like-
what you mean.
Put fireworks parentheses seeking sponsors in parentheses, and then hopefully someone would see it and say, "Oh, well, they're working on it. Let me give them some money to see if you know what I'm saying."
I do, but I'm worried that we may not even be able to have them if we can't find a site to shoot them off.
Yeah, but they're not going to know that.
But what if they give us the money for it and then we can't
They're
shoot
like, we want
in it?"
fireworks.
I think we'll figure a way to make fireworks happen if we have to. Like the guys identified some other areas on the grounds to make it happen. We're just gonna have to figure out a place for the stage that may not be where you guys want it to make it happen.
Okay.
Is that an accurate statement, Derek?
We're just gonna give everybody sparklers.
I was thinking, like, can we just go to the fireworks store in South Carolina and do the show ourselves?
Sounds
We'll just
right.
do an amateur one.
Oh dear Lord.
Derek, is that
Chuck
an
would
accurate
love
statement,
that.
Derek?
Let's have Chuck shoot them off. He would be so
I mean, he
happy.
identified a couple of locations which would basically require us to put the stage way up, like near the front parking area. Which
Yeah,
is,
whatever he does, it requires some give and take, right?
Okay, so we're gonna work on it. Okay, so you're gonna work on getting me that, and perfect, okay. Anybody else have anything else they wanna say? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, so I need a motion to, wait, or we're good with this flyer, right?
Yes, but I'm going to
For
update
now,
it to be a
yes.
sponsored
Yes.
flyer instead.
Alright, adjourn at 12:56 PM.
So moved.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, good job, everybody.
Lord have mercy, that was long.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
for such a